What's up, guys? It's Cooper Webb, and you're listening to the MotoXpod.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Plessinger, and you guys are listening to the MotoXpod.
Save me from myself. My arms and legs are bound, like an aging corpse from another world. I'll scream the truth 6 feet underground. Feel alive inside yourself. Watch your enemies dispel. If I could find a way to avoid this fate.
Happy week one of AMA Supercross. I guess we're going into week two, but week one it just finished. I don't even know what to call it. Happy Anaheim won. So much fun. I was glad to be back. Lots of great storylines that have been talked about on multiple podcasts. We'll see how much we get into all those storylines. We have a great guest lineup for episode 381 tonight. We have Monster Energy, Yamaha Star Racing's Michael Mosiman, MCR Honda's Ryan Breece. He's leading the points in AMA Arena Cross right now. Keefer Inc. Testings. Kris Keefer is going to jump on. And then we have our buddy Turd, Hudson Short, for Turd's Take to discuss his bet, his Prado bet that we had a couple weeks ago with TJ. Lots of fun stuff to talk about tonight. As always, the MotoXpod is brought to you by Yamaha, Motor USA, and Racetech. At Yamaha Motor USA, we don't just build motorcycles, we engineer legends. From championship podiums to off-road trails, the YZ platform has defined dirt bike excellence for generations. With riders like Chad Reed, Ryan Villapoto, Damon Bradshaw, Doug Dubach, and others. Unleash victory, ride Yamaha. Proven performance, race-ready reliability. Yamaha, YZ, born to win. YamahaMotorsports.com. All right, in studio, once again, he made it. He wasn't late this time. Scott Thompson, what's going on, man?
I like the difference between me being late and not late is like 6 minutes.
Well, 6 minutes, man. Hey, I mean, 6 minutes could make you late or not late.
Okay, fair.
I mean, honestly,
Touché.
sorry if you're 15 seconds late, you're late.
Yeah, that's if you're not. What are y'all are old boomers, so it's like if you're not 5 or 15 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late.
Dude, I'm like 20
like
or 30 minutes early.
And I'm Gen X. Thank you. I'm not a boomer.
Also in studio, you heard the voice, TJ Smith, back at it.
2 in a row, 3 in a row.
Thankfully,
I don't know.
yeah, not at his job. He's more at this show that should be more important than your job. What's up, man?
You tried there to say something, but you totally messed up. I would say that
show should be more important than your job.
Actually, you were the last one here this time.
Well, I went to get your pizzas,
Well,
and since
we were both
since I couldn't make a phone call, thank you Verizon, I had to drive to the pizza place and order and wait.
We were sitting in the yard waiting, locked out of the house.
Where were you last night when I was sitting in front of this laptop for 3 hours doing graphics
I was
making notes? And where were you when I got home today and I was putting everything into OBS?
I was trying to call you. You just wouldn't answer.
All right, fair.
Hey, I did my fair share this week. I've got my article up.
Is that your fair share?
Isn't that what I'm supposed to be?
I mean, I guess if that, hey, look, what is it from Office Space? I mean, if you want to do the bare minimum flair, that's fine.
Need more flair.
Need more flair. I put a story up too on MotoXpod.com.
Yeah, go check it out.
And I did all these other things, and I edited a video that we're going to talk.
It's almost like it's your show.
I'm going to get right into that right now. Here's what we're going to do. I posted a video that I did a question. I'm calling it Let's Hear It. It's kind of a ripoff of my old question of the week from Vital MX. And I asked a bunch of riders, how many first-time winners in the Premier Class will we see this year?
Oh, you asked him about racing stuff.
I just asked how many first times. Yeah. So I asked Malcolm. I said, like, last year, you were the only first-time winner. How many will we see this year? So I asked a bunch of riders. I put that video up on our YouTube channel. 40 people have watched it. That's terrible.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. My press day videos and all that.
Ask better questions.
Did really well. Here's what I need you guys to do. I need you to go to our YouTube channel. I need you to watch that video. I need you to share that video. I want you to comment on that video, and we're going to give away an FXR casual kit. I'll give you a T-shirt, a T-shirt, and a hat from FXR. All you got to do is go watch that video and comment, and we'll pick the best comment. And I have to give credit to our friend, Lewis Phillips, who is full of great ideas because this is his idea. He's constantly giving me great ideas. I think we should hire him.
I heard he's coming for my job.
He doesn't want your job.
No,
he doesn't want to run buttons. He's just going to write incredible stories that we all suck at, and he's really good at.
So what's my job?
No, he wants to write incredible stories.
Incredible stories.
And I will not have to edit his stories at all. I won't have to go and fix all the missing commas and all that stuff because he knows how to do all that.
Hey, blame Word.
So yeah, let's maybe we can steal Lewis Phillips from Vital MX. That'd be awesome. Anyway, 10 minutes from now, we're gonna have Michael Mosiman on. But yeah, go watch that video, check it out. We'll talk about Prado when Hudson comes on. We might talk about some of this other A1 stuff, but I want to talk about a cool thing I got to do when I landed in California Thursday night. Steve Mathis was doing his live Pulp MX show. I arrived at Pro Circuit with about an hour to spare. So I sat there, forced myself to listen to his boring discussions about racing and history. I didn't care about any of that. Just quit talking, Steve. Nobody wants to hear you talk. But afterwards, we went upstairs. I'm joking, obviously. Went upstairs in the kind of mythical upstairs where things are kept. And Mitch Payton came up there, and we were just walking around this like museum of moto history from parts that he's built, and they're just in boxes covered in dust, but he could pull these parts out and be like, oh yeah, this is a carbon fiber air box we built for so-and-so, and this year, it didn't really work. Throws it back in the box. Looks like it's been there for 20 years. And he could pull any little part out and racks of pipes and be like, oh, that's for this bike, and that's for this bike. That was from this event. That worked. That didn't work. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so cool to get
It's like
to
an
see that.
encyclopedia.
There was stacks of original Team Peak Honda graphics. Just stacks of them. Like Steve Lamson graphics.
Why do they have so many?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they currently have stacks of them. They put them on every week. You probably have extras. He just had extras.
Yeah, that's cool.
I asked him, I said, hey man, do you think you have an unopened box of split fire spark plugs up here somewhere? And he said, yeah, probably. And literally less than a minute later, I was looking at something on his desk. I moved something, and there's a brand new box of split fire plugs sitting there. Mm-hmm. And it was just so cool to see this flashback to 1990, 1991.
And you had mentioned this before the show, but we already have fans asking about cone pipes. Did you see a cone pipe?
Yes, racks of them.
You
know what?
Racks of cone pipes.
I have some photos I took, and I haven't posted them all. I'll put them on my Instagram here in a second. When you guys are talking, I'll take a minute, and I'll post the photo of all the pipes hanging upstairs. Another cool thing I got to do, TJ's not going to care about this at all. I did get to meet Jason Bonham.
Oh, cool.
That was sick.
Who's that?
John Bonham was the drummer of Led Zeppelin, considered one of the greatest of all time. Jason is his son, fills in for him when they've done reunions. He also is in a bunch of other bands. He plays with Sammy Hagar from Van Halen in the past. He's just a famous iconic drummer with one of the most legendary fathers of all time. So
and he's a fan of moto.
He's a big fan of moto. Steve's talked about him a bunch. Steve's
had him on the show, I think.
A little bit, yeah. So my friend Todd was going to introduce me because Todd knows him, but I happened to bump into him just randomly out in the pits, and I just visited with him for a few minutes. I mentioned the music podcast that I want to start, and I was trying to be real careful because I've heard, and you can kind of tell, he's not a guy that's going to just talk to you about music or whatever, or like he doesn't want to be bothered necessarily, even maybe about moto for all I know. I was trying to be real careful not to be like fanboy and make him like, I'm going to keep my distance. So I was real short. And then I said, hey, by the way, I mentioned I'm friends with Todd. I am doing this podcast, and here's my idea for the podcast. And when I told him what it was, he started telling me stories about songs that I know of his that he recorded and how he recorded it, how they wrote it, what song inspired it.
I was like, wait, I need to record this.
I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want. So I kind of feel like he might do it.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is funny because Steve's trying to get him to do music pods, and he won't do it.
Yeah, well.
Now, he might not do it for me either, but I'm crossing my fingers.
It sounds like he already did it.
Yeah, I just didn't get to record it. Yeah. He really did. So he had a song around 89, I think, called Wait For You, in his band Bonham. And he was like, tell me, like, I was listening to this U2 song that With or Without You. And then I had the thought of this other song. And then one of the band members came in and said, well, check this out. And he played this piece of music. He said, that's it. And then he was telling me the type of speakers and how he set up the recording for the drums on that song to get the punch he wanted out of the drums. And I was like, this is what I want.
Awesome.
But I need you to tell me again. So
say that again.
Yeah, hopefully that's coming. That was really cool. Again, check out MotoXpod.com, please, and our YouTube channel. Go check out Let's Hear It after this show. Watch it, comment. piece of news real quick. This dropped a little bit ago. I don't know that it's completely official yet, but if you have been following the Arena Cross Series, round 7 and 8 in Calgary, which should be January 30th and 31st, have been canceled. I think there's some border issues and getting through that were very difficult. They were just in Toronto.
There were like 5 racers in the 250 class. That was weird.
Yeah, there weren't enough Canadians that showed up. I don't think. I just think that it sounds like it was just a real pain in the butt, and they decided it was very, very expensive, and they decided to cancel it. What would be cool is if they could maybe replace it with like a double night in Reno. I think they're talking about some things, trying to figure out what's going to happen, but yeah, that's some breaking news.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do know that the Partzilla Arena Cross had to cancel a round because of something that happened in Florida.
Wasn't it round 1? Am I wrong about that?
No, it was something that happened in Florida, and they're going to I think they're going to do like a double points night, or maybe they're going to do an add one race and double point it.
Yeah.
That makes sense at the last round. So.
Okay.
I mean, it does happen to series. Things come up and things change.
Sure.
I mean, you got to roll with your punches. It was cool for them to try to go to Canada and make that work. I guess kind of a bummer it didn't work, but.
I agree. I'm working on, there might be some, you guys are probably used to it, some little gaps in me talking when I'm trying to get these guests on because of the Verizon issue. I'm having to use FaceTime audio.
Nobody cares.
And I don't have everybody set up. So like if I'm, okay, cool. I know you like always get mad when I get behind the scenes. And then the listeners you say something every time. Why, well, you didn't have to say that. And the listeners are like, no, I like that stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
They want to know.
But we don't like you.
Me or Scotty?
Yeah, both.
Both. Oh, so you don't like me. I also have gotten some messages about you in the chat.
That's awesome.
They don't like you.
That's great.
They want to know why you hate the flag.
I mean, I don't hate the
Can
flag.
they see the flag?
Not right now.
They
Scotty
can
hates the flag.
They can on this view.
Yeah.
That's going to be its permanent home right there.
I love it.
You can see it.
I'm
Cool.
such a big fan.
You're lying.
Well, thankfully, nobody really likes you, but with good
That's a
reason.
good point.
That's
That's a
good
good
reason, right? There's good reasons for that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get Mosiman on. Let's do that. Let's make sure it's all muted. Ooh, you know what? I almost messed up.
Well, you do that regularly.
Yeah.
What did I tell you I was going to do when you guys talk? Just a minute ago. I was like, well, you guys are talking in a minute. I'll figure that out. There's something I was going to look at. Any idea?
No, I don't remember.
Cool.
Nope.
All right. Let's see if we can get Mosiman on. You shouldn't be able to hear it. That's good.
This is all new.
New stuff. New ways of doing things.
Yeah, we haven't really used FaceTime audio in a while. So, okay. All right. First guest of the night is going to be brought to you tonight by Racetech. Racetech has been supplying gold valves for over 40 years. Racetech gold valves provided plush feel and drastically improved bottoming resistance and increased traction. All Racetech products are 100% guaranteed and made in the USA. Visit racetech.com. Find your local service center. You probably can get to know your local tech at your local motocross track. And there's always improvements to be made. So check out racetech.com. Tonight, Racetech brings us from the Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing team, our friend Michael Mosiman. What's up, Mosey?
Oh, not much. Doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you feeling after the long flight home, man? It's a lot of traveling, but I know you're used to it over the years, but it's the first race of the season.
Yeah, it's brutal. I turn around and do it tomorrow, so
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
packing up, getting ready. It's a wild turnaround here, but we're gonna be doing a lot of it.
Yeah, your brother in the press, what do they call it, the post-race 250 scrum, kind of asked you, like, hey, you're from California. A lot of fans might wonder why you're traveling back home. And you gave a really great answer, man. Your wife is a lawyer, and you want to be home with your wife. So, yeah, man, it's worth the travel at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're hanging out, spending it together, but, sacrifice the time, come on here and talk to you guys. So
Well, we appreciate it. We won't keep you too long.
no, you're good.
Go ahead, TJ.
So since you're doing that and your wife's a lawyer, she's probably doing, lawyers do pretty well for themselves. So when you're done racing, are you going to be like the kept man, stay-at-home dad?
No, that's never been the vision. So hopefully, we'll have kids and do the whole thing. And I'd like to retire her personally. And I don't know, I'm wired to work, so I think that I'm gonna dig my hands into something one way or another.
Well,
there you go.
Well, playing with the kids every day, all day.
We don't have kids yet.
Well, say when you do, it'd probably be better than working if you get that chance. I'm just going to say.
That's true. That's fair.
All right, Michael, I want to start, before we get to A1 and the results there, I want to go back to Pro Motocross championship last year outdoors. I think you were on the Pulp Show maybe it was Racer X, but you had said that like Bobby Reagan had kind of told you, jokingly as he does, you should just retire, and you didn't have a deal and you were kind of wondering what was going to happen. Then you had a couple crashes, ankle injury, a concussion, but you did re-sign. But was there ever a moment where you're like, man, this is sketchy. Like, I don't know what's next?
Yeah, absolutely. He wasn't joking. He was serious.
Okay.
And yeah, he told me that, I think before Denver Supercross, like after qualifying or something. And then I think he told me again, High Point. Yeah. And then I forget what happened, but I performed well, at certain races or something. And it was like, I think they hung a carrot in front of me. They said, hey, like, we need you to podium like the next 3 races or something. And, if you put in the next 3 races, like, we'll re-sign you. So then, Southwick, I went and I was like just off the podium, but would have podiumed had I not had bike issues. And then the next race, Redbud, I did podium. And then the next one, Spring Creek, I was in a really good position early on in the first moto. I think I was in 4th or something, or maybe in 3rd. And then I rolled my ankle. It slipped coming up towards the finish line a couple of turns before, and I like wedged it between the ground and the bike, and tore some ligaments in my ankle. And I nursed it. I think I still got like 5th or something that moto. And then the next one, I had a couple crashes, but just kind of nursed it home. And then, so it was kind of like, well, hey, like I had everything going for me. It just, and then like before Washougal, they let me know they would have me back. So
okay.
Before the wheels all came off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when Bobby Reagan says something like that to you, are you the type of guy that can take motivation from that and use that, like you said, a carrot, or like that? For me, I think that would be really hard. I'd be like, oh crap. And like, I think I might get down on myself. It just kind of depends on personality. How do you play it?
I mean, yeah, the year to begin with was like, I signed a 2-year and then, didn't race the whole first year, was out with injury, and I was, dead slow at the practice track leading up to Anaheim. And so, it really was like the writing's on the wall. You got to earn your spot if you want to keep your spot. And so it was kind of that way from the beginning. It wasn't spoken out loud, of course, until later on. But yeah, as far as him telling me that, point blank, I think, I didn't spin too much. I think, if you look, I've just gotten a lot more mentally strong. I mean, even if you look at Anaheim, like I've never been able to rebound from an LCQ, to have a good main event. And I think that, some of the things I've been through have allowed, given me that ability to be mentally strong so that when, there is a high pressure moment, like obviously I stepped up. I think, he said that Denver, and then, Denver, I, was ripping. So it's kind of, I think the track record goes to show that, you put that carrot in front of me, put the pressure on me. I'm able to stand up to the challenge. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously you did. And how was this off season compared to the last couple? You talked about being off the pace, but this year, did you feel like you were at your best on the Yamaha that you've been so far?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a world of a difference. I mean, last year there was like jumps that, took me, months to jump. The things that took me, the first day to jump this year, and things that I struggled with last year. I mean, we came a long way on the bike setup last year, and it was a lot going on with the bike setup that I was blaming on myself last year. And because I didn't have, I had so much time off the bike that, you come back riding and you're struggling. It's like, okay, well, surely it's me. And then later down the season, you get help with the bike and it's like, oh, wow, it wasn't me. It was, something else. And so this year, our base package was already much better. And then, immediately we kind of started improving on that. And I think that there's, still more to be found, but I'm night and day way more comfortable than I was the year before. I'm much more fit and than I was the year before. Like the year prior, I was like a little bit hanging on, at the end of the motos, but it's also a bike setup thing though too. When I'm struggling with the bike and then I'm, down on myself and it's a negative loop that feeds itself. But, and then also just last year was so much about, oh, just stay healthy, just stay healthy, just stay healthy.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking any risks and, it paid off ultimately. But now that, that's a bit more wired into me where I'm able to push the pace more, but I'm not going to push it too much.
Yeah. Okay. So you just mentioned that you're more fit. You feel more fit. Some of that is mental, but has there been a change in how you train also? Have you changed trainers or just the program?
Whenever I signed originally with Star, yeah, that's actually a bit of a story, but it was a non-negotiable like that I would be able to work with my own trainer.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't anything against Swanee specifically, but it was like, hey, I don't know like how much longer of a career I'll have. Like I don't know, how much longer I'm going to last, and like at that time, of course, where I'd like, just been on the brink of retirement. And so I just said, look, if like, I want to have a shot to do it, like the way I feel is the best way for me and to make the most of my opportunity. And so, I've been training with, a guy out of South Florida, that we've become really close friends, and, he's a genius and probably the hardest working person, in motorsports. He's just on another level. So, yeah, I've been working with him and we've been just building, but, the year prior was still coming off injury.
Yeah.
It was, not as much time. We had little hiccups here and there, like, a couple days off here, a couple days off there. I mean, just my base, after racing all the outdoors, is just on another planet. I think, we can have long stretches of being healthy. And then even this year, like I had some injuries right there at the end, but I really didn't sacrifice much training time. So I was able to keep going. And it was also really important to me. I rode before like the off season officially came. So like I rode like, I don't know, just before Motocross of Nations. Like I had time to bike. And I think that's really important to like, and before you take the long off season break to like have time on the bike. So yeah.
100%. Yeah. I'm glad it's working out for you. Before we move on to A1, TJ, Scott, do either of you guys have a pre-A1 question?
No, I'm good.
No, I think he answered all that the way he rode this weekend. So.
That is true. That is true, TJ. Okay. So A1, yeah, 5th at A1. Last year I think you were 7th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think you rode really well.
We're like 15th.
Last year?
Yeah, I crashed.
Oh, yes. You know what? Yeah, you're right.
And
okay.
Then I got taken out last lap. Yeah, like passing for like 10th or something.
That's right. Yep. I don't know why I had in my mind that you had done better than that A1 or had better than that. But this year, just last Saturday, I felt like you rode really well. Yes, you ended up having to go to the LCQ. That little crash you had in the heat race could have been a whole lot worse. But I feel like you should come away really happy with how you rode and your result.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It it was a pretty successful A1. The first practice I wasn't particularly comfortable. I was struggling, and we made some bike adjustments and like immediately found, I think, a lot more comfort. And I was one of the only ones to be able to like improve my time in the second session. And that was huge for better gate pick. And then I had a huge moment hitting neutral or false neutral, or really not sure, off the face of the finish line. And I hurt my left wrist pretty good there. And I think that played a part in the heat race crash. But yeah, and then go through the LCQ, hey, I want to race at A1. That's what I'm
There you go. That's a good way to look at it.
Some buddies of mine, they were joking with me. They said, "Oh, you should have done the finger guns off the finish line to nobody."
In the LCQ, yeah, that would have actually been really funny, Michael. That would have been great.
So funny, but yeah. So
yeah, that crash.
I will never have that opportunity again.
Right. That moment you mentioned that in the scrum that you had hit false neutral, and it was to a point, guys, where he said he almost bailed out, like over the finish line.
No, I'm lucky to not have 2 broken wrists. That was like one of the steepest finish line landings. I mean, it was an intimidating finish line jump to begin with. It was like just a wall, and I was like, this is not something you want to get. And then there I am, nose first into the landing. There's a video on my social media, but yeah, not great. Yeah, so to rebound from, a little bit of adversity, some my fault, some not. To put it in the main, honestly, even in the main event on the start from the outside with the way that start was shaping up, I was like, there's no chance like I'm coming out, anywhere good. Like I'm going to have to be coming through the field here. And I just, did the best start I could, focus on what I can control. And I came out great. I came over the tunnel first lap. I was in like 6th. I could see the leaders, and I was just flabbergasted. And then, yeah, I got into a good flow, put some pressure on McAdoo, and then he made a mistake, and I was sitting in 4th for the majority of the race, and I just said, all right, like this is so much better than 15th last year. Like, I was like, this is good points. So I was like, man, I'm gonna ride this one in and make sure I don't, just get solid points. So
for sure. Scotty?
Yeah, Michael, it's it's very interesting to see like this story kind of happens a lot. The night doesn't quite go as planned right off the bat. You have to go to the LCQ, you handle business there, and then get into the main. When something like that does happen, do you feel like you just said that you were surprised that you could see the leaders at the beginning part of the race? Does it kind of change the expectations and allow you to free up a little bit, and then that kind of changes the night as far as expectations go, and then allows you to kind of ride to your full potential?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it, did anything differently. Like, I think that this weekend I'm going to perform, just as solid or more solid. So, I think that, my performance is less related to, the pressure taken off by the LCQ, and more correlated to just a good off season, more comfortable on the bike, and, my mental strength that I've built over the years. I don't think it was, specific, like, oh, pressure's off now. I mean, it's Anaheim 1, the pressure's still on. You still want to, I think it becomes easier once you get a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Mosiman tonight, brought to you by racetech.com. You mentioned a minute ago bike changes that you made during the night show, between practice and the night show. You guys are pretty secret about stuff like that. Can you give us some more details? This is like significant internal changes in the suspension, clickers.
It was an internal change in the shock.
Okay.
To go stiffer. I don't know exactly what they did. I mean, they're really secretive with me, honestly.
You tell them what you're feeling, and they make the change.
Yeah, and I'll get, sometimes I get more than other times, but I mean, I've been in there like, hey, can you tell me like everything that's going on? And they're like, no, we like, you'd have to get like higher up approval.
Wow.
So yeah, because I want to keep track of my, my base settings and keep track of where things are at and know, but I just get a line of numbers that means something to the person who put them in. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, making changes like that, has the lack of the first practice changed how because you spent so many years racing with that first free practice. Does that change anything for your setup going through the night?
I think it does. Like, it was weird not having the first practice, and then unexpectedly the first practice this weekend was the fastest, which I think was really tough because like we made our changes between the first and second practice, and that change was huge. I mean, it felt like I could ride again, and so it's tricky to say. It's tricky when it's like you go out there, your bike's not it, and you're struggling out the gate, and then it's like, well, that was the fastest qualifying session, so bummer. But yeah, I think you want a little bit more time. I ended up having a little more time through LCQ, but I think as we get settled in, it get better and better. But also we had, two sessions in press day that were like, 10 minutes each. So I think that was huge, and we got to ride most of the track. So yeah, and then like a lot of the tracks we have, like Deegan has a San Diego
replica
that we got to ride the past 2 days, and then we have A2 built at our track, and so like, and then a bunch of them we have press. So it's going to be like really few and far between that, as a West Coast 250 rider, that I'm going to show up to a track that I have like no time on.
Sure.
And I guess this kind of turns press day, make people want to do it, and maybe almost more of a practice.
Absolutely. It makes it, I think, more valuable, and also you're going to be paying attention to who's riding press and, try to follow them out the gate. So
that's good.
Yeah, Michael, in some of the post-race interviews of other riders and stuff, there was a lot of talk about the dirt. Obviously they were preparing for weather. It kind of didn't turn out that way. You were mentioning your bike setup and how it had to change and the shortened time and all that. With the change in the dirt not being quite what y'all expected, was there any bit of like a frenzy in the team? Was things kind of having to go a little bit different than expected in that regard?
I mean, our team's so chill right now, because we got, under our roof, we have me and Max. And so, going from 2 people compared to outdoors, when you have 6 or 15, it's so chill right now. So frenzy, no chance. But I think Max was looking for stuff with the bike. I was looking for stuff with the bike. And it was a weird track, how it shaped up, and you're sliding your turns, and the turn where the start merged on, like the berm was really low and really, really hard pack. So I don't know, I was struggling like turning, like after the whoops, to go to that inside, like double single to the inside. My bike just felt like almost like too long, and I wasn't having enough front end pressure. Like it wasn't biting. And so then, I'd do a decent lap and then come to that corner and, just completely, lose like, half a second or more. And so that was like the main area we were looking to improve. And then, it helped out some other parts of the track. Yeah. It was dirt specific.
It's also pretty easy to stay chill when you guys all get in the top 5.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, I've got one more, and then I have 2 listener questions for you. My question is, as a professional athlete, you do have the ability to impact fans, even other athletes, maybe some of the younger kids that are riding at Star, and you could be a role model, give some suggestions, advice, etc. How do you take that that ability to do that? And it's not necessarily something you have to do, but I feel like a guy like yourself would probably relish that and be able to, maybe lead somebody in the right direction, or give a fan a high point of their day.
Yeah, I definitely do enjoy investing in others. As far as the amateur guys at Star, these guys got big egos.
Okay.
And, they're freaking fast for their age. They're just fast, period. And also they're coming for my job. So it's not exactly the atmosphere where they're treated more like competitors than they are, the up and coming kid you want to help out. Maybe here and there you try to give a pointer, but also it's kind of tricky. If you had if there was 4 or 5 of you and you had one amateur kid that was needed help, then you probably give them attention. But it's like you got 8 or 9 of you, and then you have 4, 5, 6 amateurs, and so honestly, it's like you just try to know everyone's names and start there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a zoo, but yeah, as far as other amateur riders, I think that I do enjoy trying to have an impact, and try to help guys out. And one of the things I ask, if I ever meet a rider, whatever level, is hey, what's your goal? And what are you working on right now? And, usually if they're not at the absolute highest level, either their goals are too low, or they have no clue exactly what they're working on. And, even guys that, maybe at training facilities or whatever, they're not just, sometimes aren't as intentional with what they're doing and how they're going to be progressing. And it's, it's a hard question to answer on the spot as well. But, I try to help out. And then as far as fans, I love to engage with the fans. It's tricky, on race day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wish I could engage with them more, and I need to seek out opportunities too. But it's so complicated when we're back to back, and also to get sick could cost you so much points, or so much time of training. So it's a challenge. This last year we went to a dealer signing, and naturally they put me at the very front of the dealer signing, of the line. And I had so much fun, and I talked to everyone, and I'm, making jokes, and I just had a blast, getting everyone's names and they're coming through the line. And I literally, my throat was starting to oh no, you need to stop. And,
Yeah.
I couldn't stop myself. I just was having too much fun. And then sure enough, I'm sick the next day, overdid it. And so it's kind of, it's a catch-22, but,
yeah,
I don't know. I love the fans.
That's awesome. Okay. I got 2 listener questions for you. First one, these are from Instagram, is from Patrick657_adventures. This is for all the guests we have tonight. So it says, what's their favorite parts to test in the the preseason? Is there something like suspension or engine packages or whatever that you just really look forward to?
I think, this year we tested so much. It's the stuff you don't expect that I think I look forward to. So chassis things, linkage. This year I tested my pegs. I tested different clutch levers. What else did we test? We did quite a bit. We tested a ton of different transmissions. So yeah, I think it's the stuff you don't expect that it's oh, that's cool, free time. I feel way more comfortable now.
Yeah. Okay. It's a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Clearly Weld said, did Michael Mosiman really introduce himself to Steve Mathis at A1? Now, I don't know if you know the story, but we were all up in the press box, myself, Lewis Phillips, Kellen Brower, and Steve came up there, and he's like, yeah, I went down to Star, and Michael Mosiman came up to me and said, hey, Steve, hope you have a really – I think he said, hey, Steve, I'm Michael, hope you have a really great year. Does that sound familiar or right at all?
Sounds like – it's close. It sounds like a game of telephone, and it didn't quite get through. We were all getting ready for to walk down for like the track walk, and I went up and like said hey and shook his hand. I said, Steve, this is your year. This is your year, Steve. Like I feel this. This is gonna be a great year.
Yep, that is what he said. You're right. But then he said you introduced yourself. He's like, yeah, I know your name. But Steve does blow things up for stories once he gets up there to and then he told it on Monday night, I think, on his Pulp show. So that's where the question comes from. So, well, Michael, go ahead.
No, it's just funny. I've done it. Yeah, you just go up, tell someone it's your year. I don't know, like right around New Year's.
Well, I would suggest letting Lewis Phillips know that come this weekend at San Diego. Lewis,
go up to Lewis, tell him it's his year.
Yeah, tell him it's Lewis's year. That he's going to take over Steve's position as top dog.
And introduce yourself. That's the great part. Hi, I'm Michael.
Hey, Lewis, I'm Michael.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, Lewis is. I love Lewis. He's one of my closest friends, and
maybe I'll tell Lewis it's not his year.
Ooh. He will take that seriously or personally, though. He won't. Really? Don't do that to him.
Yeah, we were at like New Year's Eve party or something, and I went around and I shook hands, and I was like, "Oh, dude," and my friend, I was like, "Oh, dude, this is your year. This is your year." Same joke.
Yeah,
I just wrote it on Mathis. Copy and paste, but
that's funny.
So and then I went up to someone else and I wanted to say the same thing, and I was like, dude, I want to tell you it's your year, but I just told this other guy it's his year, so it can't also be your year. I'm sorry, but better luck next year.
That's good stuff. Good stuff, Michael, dude. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I think the next round we'll be at is Houston, so good luck at San Diego A2. And we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Always a good time.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to do it, man. We appreciate it a lot.
No worries.
All right, good night. See ya. That's Michael Mosiman tonight, brought to you by Race Tech. Always enjoy speaking to them. I always called him Mose, but then everybody like around it calls him Mosey. I think his brother even called him Mosey, so I guess I'm going to have to drop Mose. It just it never took off.
Well, they you're saying you're going to see him in Houston.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you think about it, we have like one of the best places if you're a fan of going to Supercross. We have Dallas, which is East Coast, and Houston, which is West Coast.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool. Like,
it's pretty cool.
I've always thought about that.
It's happened before, but it is definitely nice when
I
it
think
does.
every year they split it up.
Well, it's not. They don't always come to Houston, but
right. But I'm saying every year they go to Houston.
Yeah,
like
it's split up.
It's one of the two. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because last year Arlington was West Coast.
West is what you said?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
because Deeks was
Houston's West this year.
Yeah, and Arlington's
Is Arlington's
East.
West also?
No, Arlington's
it's East, right? That's what I thought.
It's the first round.
Arlington usually is East, but it was West last year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay. Can you do the X brand?
I sure can.
I don't know if I had it on your list, but if you would, please.
With X-Brand goggles, vision is your advantage. Engineered for clarity, comfort, and durability, EKS goggles keep your focus sharp through roost, rain, ruts. Trusted by champions, built for everyday riders. Crystal clear optics, all-day comfort, zero distraction. Ride with EKS because every second counts. Gear up at EKSbrand.com.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so X-Brand emails. I've got one from Nicholas Winkleman, who sent in his picks. Winkleman. Making fun of his name?
No, I just like it. I like it.
100%.
It makes me think of Henry Winkler. That's what I think of. Winkleman, which is the Fonz.
Oh.
You didn't know who Henry?
I know who it is.
But you didn't when I said it? Is that you had a little blank stare like, who?
I was
know that
trying
name.
to think. Yeah, exactly.
But he sent his picks in for the championship a few days ago. 250 West, Hayden Deegan. 250 East, Joe Shimoda. Davies, if Shimoda isn't healthy in time. 450s, Hunter Lawrence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's a
hot take.
That's a hot take. But we appreciate Nicholas sending in his picks. We appreciate everybody that does that for us. I've got our guy, Phil Smeltzer. He said, I forgot to tell you about listening to music while you're riding. I usually wear AirPods, but I bought the Siphon sound system, which that thing has popped up on my Facebook a bunch, like that speaker system for riding motorcycles.
In your helmet?
Yeah.
Does it have like the thing on the outside and stuff?
I think it does.
See, I have one of those for like communicating with riders.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said they're amazing and they have Bluetooth and a microphone built in so you could talk to your buddies. Definitely worth the $150. Do you think those would work like while we're on the track together?
Absolutely. I think we like
for $150, we need to get a couple.
They're cheaper than that. Like the ones that we have are, it's spelled like EJAS. I think it's a company who makes them, and they're like $80 a piece.
Okay.
And I mean, I have a set. We can practice. I mean, you can test them out and show them. But yes,
you have like two, so like
I have
we could
like
go
4 of them. I think I bought a bunch of them because like people ride with. But I know for sure I have 2.
Okay.
And
I kind of want to do that.
When we go ride trails is what we do.
Yeah,
I would say especially for trails.
How far? What's the range? Like if you were on the other side of the Steve's track, would it work? So it would work at Steve's track.
Absolutely.
Why haven't we been doing this?
Because you listen to music, and I didn't think that you would want to hear me over going in your headphones.
I mean, most of the time I would rather hear. I was just listening to that exact song a little while ago.
Yeah.
But I think it would be. I didn't know you knew the bands I listened to.
Yeah, it's a new one. Yeah,
that was good.
I want to try that.
Yep.
What would be even cooler is if we had somewhere where we could record it and cut it. But I mean, there's just anyway. I don't know. Let's start with this. We got to do that. Like you said, you might come ride with me Saturday morning.
Maybe not now. I just got a text from work. They maybe need we come in.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back on the bike Saturday morning. But next time we ride together,
that's your first ride back, huh?
Yeah, it will be. That's why I'm just gonna go ride the rut track.
If I'm home, I'm going.
Okay. All right. Got another email here from Austin Smith, 1020. So how about that Prado bet? Austin, we're getting to that
get there.
during Turd's take.
That's right.
So I texted Turd
that would happen around
about coming on. I don't remember exactly what his response was. I think he's like, well, yeah, I got a couple things I want to talk about, or what do we want to talk about? And I was like, oh, well, we got to talk about, TJ wants to talk about the Prado bet. He goes, yeah, I thought about that earlier.
You probably forgot that. I forgot about that bet.
Oh man.
No, I know you didn't.
Hang on, I can't.
What was the exact bet that he said that he wouldn't top podium? He wouldn't podium.
He said he wouldn't get top 12.
Top 5 would be his best finish of the year.
No, he said he wouldn't make top 5, right?
I have the audio.
Oh, he said okay.
So we'll play it in a little bit.
All right, sorry.
I said multiple top
I
5s.
screenshot one of the emails, but it's blurry as hell. I cannot read it. Can you get to the web browser down there on my laptop at the Google?
Mm-hmm. I'm okay. I'm on your emails.
Okay. Damn it! I just deleted it.
From who?
I don't remember. Just kind of. This is awesome radio. Tell me the maybe the first 5 or 6. Do you see one that looks like it could be a response to anything? That's
no subject.
No, as a customer.
I think does that say me?
Yeah.
That's a photo I sent to myself that I needed for the show. It's gonna be under that. This is just bear with us, dudes.
Toyota Radlands bar? No.
It's definitely not gonna be. Don't worry about it. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
We did get another email, and
It's all like Pro Circuit and
yeah, I don't know where
Lewis
it's at.
and,
And it might have. You know what?
question about a return.
Okay, here I got it. Up in the top tabs, the middle one, which is our show, not the left one. That's our show, but the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Click the one on the left, all the way on the left.
Okay.
Click contacts. I think it says down on the left hand side, or contact form.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's gonna be Austin.
Mm-hmm.
It's either the first or second one.
Austin's the first one.
The second one. Click
Greg
view.
Kaufman.
Click view under his name.
All right. Was listening to your latest podcast and wanted to pass some info along about these hybrid forks I've been running. Coppersmith converts your
Converts.
yeah, my bad. Coppersmith converts your air to or spring fork from WP to a hybrid. Air in left, conventional spring and cartridge in right leg. It's by far the best suspension I've ever ridden. You get a great hold up on the fast stuff and tons of comfort in the slow stuff. It's the best of both worlds. Check it out. Keefer tested it too.
That sounds like it'd be an interesting.
So obviously we're Race Tech, and we do love their spring conversion. I've used it multiple times, but we like to give our listeners a platform.
Yeah.
So there's an email. Just want to, if you're interested in what was the name of it, the brand or the company.
Coopersmithracing.com.
So check that out.
Kiefer, /AER.
You can check Keefer Inc. Testing's review of it out on his website. Just type that in the search menu. All right, let's do Grill Your Ass Off, Bring the Heat. I think that's you, Scotty.
Oh, ready? Hold on.
At least he was ready.
Do you love to grill and cook?
Hang on. I'm laughing. Do you love to grill and cook?
Do you?
Come on. Do you love to grill and cook like I do?
That sounded retarded.
Whoa, yeah.
All right.
Settle down.
Do
dude.
your own thing.
Do you love to grill and cook?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's great because Grill Your Ass Off is a veteran-owned seasoning company that manufactures some of the best flavors this great country has ever known.
America.
Every Grill Your Ass Off item is made in Texas with pride. Each product sold proudly supports a true nonprofit organization or event as well. Whether you're grilling up some chicken breast, baking pork chops, or boiling shrimp, or eating sardines like TJ, Grill Your Ass Off has seasoning for the occasion. Visit grillyourassoff.com and use promo code DarksideMX3 to save 20% on your next order. And I just want to say that they have Donkey Dong pickles because it's just funny to say.
You go first, TJ. Grill your ass off, bring the heat.
I think okay. This is because of it. We talked about Prado. We're going to get a Prado corner, basically whatever. But everybody was saying that they had no hope for Prado. Like I mean, Jason Thomas, Weege, everybody was like had basically written Prado off because of last year, and I just think it's insane. After what he did in the GPs, he had one bad year and didn't get. It was verbal why. It wasn't like he did not get along with the team or the bike or whatever. Yeah, but then hearing everybody going, well, yeah, good job on him, but I had him written off. That's just insane to me.
Dude, he gave up. He tried to not qualify for a race last year.
Okay.
I mean, he quit. That's why everybody was saying that. He gave up.
He didn't do anything to impress me in 2025. So I definitely.
But it wasn't like he didn't. Okay, it'd be one thing if he was doing that and he's like, yeah, I just can't make this work.
Hindsight's
no,
like 2020.
That's not true because and like the whole time I was saying last year, he's obviously given us a reason for it. He's been
so
saying
if he had gotten 15th this weekend, you would be saying the same thing.
I mean, 15th wouldn't have been bad compared to last year. I'm just going to say, but no, I thought he was going to do better. You know what I mean? I
can't argue. I think we should have been more patient with him.
Yeah.
And understood like, hey, what he's going through. And like, yes, he's a 4-time world champion. The guy knows how to ride a motorcycle. He's going to figure this out. But I do think it was when he quit and we saw him quit.
That's what did it.
That everybody was like, screw this guy. That just broke it as Americans. Even though a lot of people are quitters.
He was willing to lose millions of dollars because he hated that bike. No, but that was a bad look from if you're just looking at it not knowing anything. If he just quit, like, I don't want to ride. But that's not what happened. He said it from the beginning. Like once everything started like falling apart, I'm having trouble with this bike and team. Like he didn't sugarcoat it, didn't any of those things. And then like I guess
you still have a job to do. Go do your fucking job.
So if you had a job that you thought was going to be awesome, you took it and it sucked ass, would you stay there or would you quit?
If I'm under contract, I go do my job.
Well, he got out of he did
eventually, but he went to races and tried to not qualify. That's dirty, man.
I guarantee you, he was.
I'll try to not pay your ass.
Well, exactly, and he didn't want the money. He turned the money down from them.
It's just to me, that's a bad look, man. You know, I am old school. We talk about like what I expect out of people when I go to work. When I was doing,
so you've never quit a job.
I don't know that I ever have. I had to think about it. Certainly not like that. I'll give a notice, but I'm not under contract for the year, and I'm expected to represent this brand, good or bad. You represent Kawasaki.
Well, I'm sure he told them, I don't want to go ride this bike. And they said, sorry, go ride it.
Too bad.
And so he's like, I don't feel safe on this bike. They said, go ride it. You have to, I'm just telling you.
Dude, Jason Anderson was doing fine. You can't tell me you weren't safe on the bike. Maybe you couldn't.
No, I'm not saying, okay, man. Yeah. His reasoning was, I can't ride this bike. And he told them, he told us, he told everybody that.
I lost a lot of respect for him. Nothing you're going to say is going to make me feel any different about the way he handled it.
You just don't know what's behind the scenes.
But that is true. But I should not have written him off for 2026 because of what happened in 25. That wasn't fair, but it came from his attitude, and I was like, oh, this guy sucks, kind of. And that's not fair. I don't know him. You're right. I don't know all the details.
Yeah.
But that wasn't fair. At the end of the day, though, he showed us so far.
Yeah, so far.
I don't know what's going to happen next, but the reality is the dude can ride Supercross. It was pretty good.
The best thing that could happen to him right now is him have some kind of practice accident and then just go to outdoors. Like,
dude, he's got. I am certainly excited.
He does have to replicate it.
I'm
He
excited about
definitely
outdoors
does.
for him now.
Yeah, especially now. Yeah,
one race and like everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We were talking about it before the show, and I know we'll get more into it, but like it might be one of the most wrong things that the sport has been wrong about.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Do you have to bring the heat?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to go? You want me to go? Mine are going to be short because we got 5 minutes before Breece.
Okay, I'll make mine pretty short.
Go ahead.
So I was leaving work today, and like a lot of parking lots, ours has 2 entrances, and it has a little spot where you can kind of like you can go into either entrance, exit out of either entrance. It has a little turnaround with giant white arrows on the concrete, one for this way traffic, this way traffic. There's multiple people that come to the store regularly, and they not only just park right there, they park like not even straight. Yeah. They park like at an angle and just block it from where if anybody were to come in with a trailer or something like that, they're completely screwed. And they just park like that, and like that sense of entitlement to just disregard like what it's made for and just do whatever you want, like is so irritating. And like there's examples of that all over the place. But just to do whatever you want just because it conveniences you at the time is so freaking annoying.
Self-absorbed these days, and we've had can't tell you how many bring the heats we've had about this kind of thing.
I know, it's just like I saw it today as I was heading to the show, and it's just like, bro, like that is not a fucking parking spot.
Yeah. Like, I feel like all I do, because I've talked about driving etiquette and stuff like that. Like all I do is like, am I staying out of the way of this person if they're going faster than me? Let me get the hell out of the way.
Just thinking about everybody something besides yourself for 2 seconds.
All right, let me do.
He says he's thinking about driving etiquette, and he drives into his driveway at like 60.
Dude, I thought you were going to take out the fence.
Dude, did you said that before? And I'm like,
he saw it.
Dude,
I was pulling into the carport, I was like, I bet they're going to say something. I was like, I had plenty of room, bro.
I know, but it's just 60. It
was like 40.
It's just like you like. It's just like you just like go through your whole life like I'm coming into my house.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man.
Like chill, bro. You're right, TJ.
My time is limited.
I definitely did notice that. Like I'd hate to be your brake pads on that truck.
Shut up. They're fine. All right. So I wanted my bring the heat. Well, I have a bring the heat, and then the Verizon thing happened today, and that should be my bring the heat because it sucks. But I'm going to go with Friday night. Downtown Anaheim, get done with press day, go to the hotel. Like, I'm going to go get a steak. You know, I like to get a good steak. So I was checking out some places nearby. There's a Ruth's Chris. Yeah, I ain't going there. Too expensive. Too expensive. I was going to go to Morton's, which is still pretty expensive. I think I was looking at the wrong menu, apparently. But anyway, I drove over. It's like a mile from my hotel. Downtown Anaheim. Parking. You got to pull and pay for parking. $47
Holy shit.
to get probably a $50 steak. I was like, nope, not happening. Went back to the hotel. I had to walk somewhere, but $47 to park
which for an hour?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't get that far. I saw the sign. I was like, I'm out. Deuces. I'm not paying.
You sure you read the sign right?
100%. I read the sign right, and I like pulled over and got on my maps and looked at other parking areas in the area, and they were all like $35, $40. I was like, screw that. I just went back to the hotel.
Insane.
Thankfully, there was an Outback.
That's like more expensive than parking at freaking Six Flags.
Yeah, it was dumb. There was I called Lewis on my way back because I was going to get, Lewis didn't feel like going to eat. And he's like, well, there's like Outback right by the hotel. I wanted a good steak. But instead, I went to Joe's Crab Shack, which I haven't been to. I've only been to one of those once ever. It was pretty good. I got some shrimp and I got a decent steak. But yeah, $47 to park.
To park at the...
You're going to give me a concert or something.
To park at Arlington Supercross last year was $50.
Hey, but that's for an event. And I still think that's robbery, but I get it. $47 to park to walk around like a mall area or...
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane.
No, bro. I'm out. That was
the ones in Dallas. I've had to do that in Dallas a couple times when like me and...
Y'all wonder why I don't want to go to Supercross.
I got a parking pass. So.
Yeah, well, when we go to places and like I've seen like... $13, $16 to park when like that. That's one thing.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's a lot, but $47, that's insane.
Yeah. Waiting on Ryan Breece to answer. Okay, I think we got our next guest of the night on the line. He's going to be brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers, trusted by top pros and everyday riders alike. Designed for maximum traction and durability, Guts Racing seat covers keep you locked in when the track gets rough and the stakes get high. So built to last, made to win. Visit gutsracing.com. Let them know the MotoXpod sent you. Tonight, Guts Racing brings us from the MCR Honda Arena Cross team, our buddy Ryan Breece. What's up, Breece?
Darkside, how's it going?
It's going good now that I'm talking to you, man. It's been too long.
I hope there's a smile on your face, buddy.
There's always a smile on my face when I'm talking to you.
Oh, whoa. Do you need us to leave?
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
You see him on the track, and he's like, you know that Breece is like wants to kill people on the track, and then he's super nice.
Yeah.
But one time, I always bring up the one time.
He looks.
I was going to say, Darkside, do you still think about our little outing that we had?
You better give some details. I don't know if I remember which one you're talking about.
Just kidding, dude.
So
Glad there's all love here.
Yeah,
he looks a lot less mad with the mustache. I'm just going to say,
Breece?
Yes.
Do you like the stash?
Does it settle things down a little bit?
It does. It's just about 8 inches across your face, though. You know? I'd always say that jealousy. I have a full beard. I can't grow a mustache that nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a couple of them out there that kind of care for it, so we'll keep her walking.
Ryan, man, points leader, AMA Arena Cross. This is good. Last 2 years, you finished second. This feels like it's your year, but we're still early. We just got, I don't even know if it's officially announced yet, but the Calgary rounds are canceled. So hopefully they'll figure something out with that. Maybe add a couple, maybe Reno. I don't know. But as of right now, though, season's going really well.
Yeah, it's going. We definitely need to add a couple. I'm going to go broke if they keep on taking these things away.
True.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not making me too happy when they cancel these events. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I reached out for some details, and they weren't really giving a lot. But from my understanding with some of the teams and stuff, there's a lot of troubles getting in and out of Canada, and I'm sure it's very expensive, and maybe that's what the reason is. I'm sure there'll be an official press release at some point on that. But, yeah, hopefully – I think there's some things going on behind the scenes where they're going to try to add a round or two. Maybe, like I said, I think a doubleheader in Reno would be sick, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I remember last year or the year prior, they had done that too. So
yeah.
I think the doubleheaders are a lot better, just maybe for crowd-wise too. It's it's hard to just put one single event on when you're going to an arena that's not known that well. So if there would be a doubleheader, it's like, hey, we got 2 nights of racing here. Let them go, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And in those smaller venues, I think that's the smartest thing to do. And then, yeah, you get paid twice, right? You get 2 main events. That's 2 paychecks for 1 weekend of travel.
It would be nice. I mean, last weekend was great. Can't beat it, man.
Yeah.
1 flight, and yeah, it was good.
Heck yeah. Well, yeah, and you ran away with Toronto. But I want to back up. I think it was Boise where I feel like you were struggling a little bit in the whoops. I think Austin was your teammate, Austin Palatelli, was a little better in the whoops, and I was like, that's surprising to me. But then since then, you've been way better. So I want to know if you made any major bike changes. Again, I think it was Boise that I felt like you were struggling.
Yeah. We've been messing around, and World Supercross, we thought we had a really good setting that was going on, and honestly, it was like actually completely sideways. I wasn't running the longer shaft in the rear shock, and was having some difficulties with where I needed to put the sag at. So pretty much the balance of the bike was off for me, but I knew I needed the rear up a little bit. So because I usually sit back on the back of my bike during the whoops and the rhythm sections and whatnot. Because you notice, like, Austin, he's more of like the stand-up tall dude.
Yeah.
Not a lot of energy wasted. Like, he does it good, which is nice. But at my riding pace, like, I like to sit back on the back of the bike, and I was like, okay, I could set the sag up, run it high, and then my body position can kind of even up and balance that. But then we were running stiffer forks to balance it, and just wasn't really ideal, right? I'm usually a guy that can slam down whoops pretty hard, and it just wasn't happening like all World Supercross. So we were kind of messing around when we had got back from Cape Town. I got pretty sick. We were like, still like, let's try to freaking focus in on the suspension and get these things dialed in. So yeah, dude, we've done a lot of freaking work on that suspension. I'll tell you that. And I think I'm pretty freaking happy right now.
So when MCR was involved with Supercross, Tony Alessio, your team manager, was known for moving heaven and earth to get his riders whatever they needed. Is that still the case? Do you still have the same opportunities and the same resources?
This dude goes above and beyond. It's pretty surreal. Like, you could tell that I was struggling, and we didn't really feel like during my practices that I was struggling that much. Because I was hitting some nice whoops and whatnot. But man, what he's done to accommodate what I needed has been unreal, and that has not taken away or gone away at all. It was pretty cool, man. Like, he's on the phone like 24/7, right? And when he's seeing that we've got some problems, man, his resource expands when we do have some technical difficulties, dude. It's pretty cool.
A lot better than doing it yourself like 2 seasons ago.
Oh yeah, man. It's day and night difference. I'll tell you that. You can see I just like my stress is gone. I just don't have much stress. I mean, yeah, like personal stress, but that's about it. Just you're hard on yourself, right? So yeah, that's all gone. It makes it a big difference, and then you can just go focus on your racing.
Absolutely.
Some would even say you ride with no fear.
Oh God.
No fear. No fear. The underdog is here.
Wow, Scotty, that was good.
You know, Ryan, it's been kind of cool to see, like, everybody always talks about in Supercross, like, the drama and everybody's calling each other out and stuff, but compared to what you guys are having these storylines in Arena Cross, like, it kind of fails to compare what you guys going on. Obviously, the interview Cole did where he was basically losing his mind about you was very entertaining, and then you kind of answered the bell this weekend. What was it like in the off week going into that, and just kind of how all that went down?
Yeah, I mean, I seriously didn't get caught up in it. Like, right. I didn't go on the media to do that because I already knew it was going to be a little wild. Like, Arena Cross just wounds up people on this, and I really don't know why they do it, but obviously trying to get people involved. But we got to make sure the TV works in order for it to work, right? So I was just like, hey, I was just like, hey, let's just focus on myself, dude. And the operation that we have right now, it's full on, just like they're making sure their riders are good, and if we're happy, we're like dialed in, right? So just having that mindset, I mean, we're here to go race our dirt bikes. You know, it's not a long time that we get to do this. It's not a lot of money that we're making, but it is profitable, and you just got to focus on I just focused on myself, dude. I just really want to click laps and keep winning races if I can. Yeah. And if it's doable, then yeah, I'll do it, you know?
Look, at the end of the day, this is a good series. There's good racing going on. The last few years, I mean, with KP winning multiple titles in a row, and then, you know, you and Vince last year, it's a good series. But they do need more eyes on this series to grow it, to get you guys more money. So, although I don't like the Cole Thompson WWE promo kind of stuff, that's not my thing. If it brings some people to check it out, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, like, at the end of the day, all you have to do is go race your motorcycle. But if stuff like that brings more fans and more eyes to the Ride TV package, so be it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And I mean, you got to do something to source out to get some fans entertained on that, because it is a struggle, right? It's like they're trying to grow the business and trying to grow the structure of the Arena Cross. And yeah, I do understand, and I do get that part, right? But yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah. It's not my thing, but I think Cole personally has always kind of been known as a different kind of guy. You know, he's had a lot. Much like Vince Freeze, he's had a lot of run-ins with a lot of different riders in a lot of different series. So it's just who he is.
Yeah, I don't know one thing about him. I don't know.
Okay.
I wish I knew more, but I don't know. I'm just excited there's guys racing. That's what's cool. Like,
yeah,
more riders who sign up to go racing. It only does us better. Prolongs the series, keeps us going, dude. Like, it would be nice to keep racing the Arena Cross and just keep it growing and stuff like that, right? So
yeah,
I mean, they've done well in the past couple of years, and obviously it's what it is now. And yeah, I mean, more people, more riders, the better. We got to keep them racing.
100%.
So they were talking about, like, y'all were all talking about, you know, bringing more eyes and stuff on the sport. One thing I've noticed that they're doing is they're making some tracks really raceable, but they're trying new things, kind of making almost like small supercross tracks instead of your conventional few lane Arena Cross tracks. What have your thoughts been about the hits and misses on the Arena Cross tracks this year?
Yeah, I mean, they do an okay job at it. It just it's super hard because you've got like the A riders who want to race arena cross, so you don't want to make it too crazy of a track, but also you have the talent of the racers who are coming from Supercross,
Yeah.
like the Politelli, Wageman, and Thompson, and myself, and Bitterman. Like these guys have all raced Supercross, right? So it's like if you do have like a low scale track, it's not really the best man wins.
Right.
And that's
True.
that's hard, and that is hard to see, right? Like if there's not a whoop section and you got 2 straightaways on a track, it's like, okay, well, fans do also want to see people hit the freaking whoops as hard as they can, and they do, and they want to see some big jumps, but it's kind of hard variables that you got to touch up on. But I think it's been good. I do wish it would be a little bit more technical on that side of things, just because now we've got like a good 5 riders that are good, separation. But yeah, I mean, frick, man, what can you do, right? Where those guys are there Wednesday, Thursday, trying to put the track together so we can race Friday and Saturday, and then they're busting their butt to take the dirt out and got to leave Sunday.
Yeah.
I forget what round it was. The track was kind of technical, and I think y'all lapped up to 4th place in like 5 or 6 laps, it seemed like.
It might have been Loveland.
Yeah, what's crazy is I was in third place, Loveland from the crash, and Austin was about to lap me, dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm looking back and I'm like, dude, the next dude is Austin. Like, I'm, so yeah, it's hard, dude. And it's hard to filter out the guys. I do like what they did, right? Where if you have X amount of entries, these are like there's only 12 riders can line up, or if there's more entries, then we're gonna have more riders line up.
Oh,
and I do like how they,
that's a good idea.
Right. It was just, I think that was fair, just like for precaution and making sure for the safety and stuff. But yeah, they are trying to grow. That's what's cool. Like you can tell Sean's working his butt off. They're trying to make something happen. Yeah,
we did that series last year, and Sean and those guys put a lot of effort into the show. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah. TJ's son is Doc Smith. He was one of the pros that wasn't making all the night shows, but he's still trying to figure it out.
On a fixed 450.
Yeah.
So he ran a lot of those races last year.
That's cool. And I mean, shoot, it was Ricky Carmichael Road to Supercross, right?
It was.
That's the deal. People want to do it. Unfortunately, I mean, I've got to sit there and I'm trying to make some paychecks because I not on the top tier level of Supercross. I can understand that, and I'll take that with a grain of salt. But I'm out there racing, so that's all the glory.
Yeah, without giving too many details that you don't want to give, what does your deal look like? Do you get like a salary and bonuses for wins or championship wins? Like how is a contract like yours structured?
It makes it worth me just racing arena cross.
Oh wow, that's pretty good then. So you're not going to do Supercross at all then?
Unfortunately, dude, I'm definitely pushing for it, but it just so I can race those guys and like get to that level again. Like I don't want to lose that level at all, but
sure.
No, I don't really need to race Supercross,
Well, that 450 class is deep, so.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even last year was freaking gnarly, right? There's like, 18, 19 number 1 dudes in the 450 class.
Yeah. It's you said Robbie Wageman's name a minute ago, and that to me, that's the biggest hit, minus losing a couple rounds. That's the biggest hit to the series is losing Robbie, because he was a title contender. I mean, he won a main, I think, and was looking good, and I feel bad for him, man, because I do believe if he had the choice, he would have stayed in arena cross.
Yes, for sure. As kind of an outsider looking in, when you kind of see the structure of the program and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know the financial backing or anything like that, but it just kind of seemed like for him, he was kind of having to do it on his own a little bit, obviously with the support of the team. But I mean, man, you got to also go like financial stability too, right? So I think that's the route that he went. It does take a ding, man.
I talked to a couple of guys at Yamaha, and it sounds like with that Yamaha, with their support, wanted one of their riders in arena cross and one in supercross, and that's the way they chose to split it up. So, but I don't know that for a fact. That's just hearsay from But anyway, Loveland,
it was
Colorado.
cool having him, dude.
What's that?
It was cool having him, and like obviously another guy. It's way better for us too. It raises the intensity like that. I mean, obviously the intensity is still high, but
sure.
Now you're like, yeah. I mean, we lost a guy, that's lame.
Yeah, and then Justin Starling originally had planned on running the whole series, and that'd be another guy that is at your guys' level, and but it's still a really good series. And I do want to talk to you about Toronto this weekend, and this what was his name, Julian Bennick. Dude, he had some sketchy moments.
But he is an absolute phenom, dude. The dude was ripping laps like I couldn't even explain to you. Like, I don't even know if he hit the brakes, like in a good way, right? Like
I would say
ripping the freaking rear wheel around, sending the freaking triples. I mean, dude, he led the lap. That was this Friday night, I think the last main, and he led, I don't even know, maybe 3 or 4 laps, and we were going back and forth. And I kind of thought maybe it'd just be a little nice, if I was kind of being a good character. And so I, cruise the inside, and what do you know, dude, this guy's slingshotting right to the outside. And the next lap goes around, man. He got me a little like, oh shoot, we're playing. All right, let's go to the playground, dude. I like that. I'll play on the swings. Did you hit false neutral? I did, yes. Yep. Twice. Twice. Oh. Yeah, that was a bummer. It was killing me. So then I had to figure out how to, before the anthill, to get my gear instead of after. Because I was literally shifting right after the anthill to get a drive, and that wasn't working. You guys saw that neutral. Yeah, that was kind of scary. But yeah, it was cool to see this kid come out of nowhere and, just kind of like show up and I'm going to give you a run for your money. And he almost killed Cole Thompson a couple times. So it made, honestly, the Toronto race was kind of boring because you really dominated it. He was the only thing that was really exciting about it was, what is this kid going to do? Right. And if he got a start, that dude was not letting off. I was stoked on it. I actually gave him gnarly props, and he's a funny character too. He's really good. Like, he was going out on opening ceremonies and like popping the wheelie almost to hitting his rear fender, and then he would do long stoppies and stuff. So like, the guy's got heck of bike skills. The only thing though, I think this is just what I've heard. I haven't, from him saying like he crashed a lot and he's banged up his head. That I don't know. I think he's young, but it takes your brain to develop like that, right? So it takes some time. Well, I'm really excited for you. I've been a fan of yours since we first met. I just thought you were a really cool dude, and I've always enjoyed watching you ride and visiting with you. So I'm really happy to see you being successful in this series. I know you fought your butt off the last 2 years, and honestly, the last 2 years without a couple of mistakes, especially 2 years ago, I think you could have won the title. So I think this year's trending in the right direction. I'm very happy for you. I do have a couple listener questions I want to get to you before we let you go, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm proud of you, man. I'm happy because I think there was some time last year, the year before, I was wondering if you were even going to come back. Yeah, you're right. I mean, putting a halt on the freaking knees, man, that was like the gnarliest thing. I think my first knee happened, dude, I was absolutely shook, and it took me 12 months. I was wrapping things up, man. I was like ready to go back to school, do the whole thing again. And when you just have your parents kind of as your backbone, right? I mean, I still was living in my own house, but like when you're taking care of yourself and then you're like calling your parents like, hey, can you guys drop this off? I don't have the nanny to come over to take me to physical therapy and just crap like that, right? It's like, it is rough like that. But yeah, man, I'm stoked to be back, and like having 2 legs under me again, man, it's like, it's a blessing. You kind of look at life a little different. Sure. Right? Yeah. It's cool. Well, let's do these listener questions real quick. Cody975 Piscatelli. We did talk about Cole Thompson a little bit already, but he said, ask Ryan about the awkward ass podium where Cole Thompson stormed off. I think I missed that. Ooh. Do you remember that? No, dude, I wish. I just went 6 for 6, man. I'm freaking looking at the stars thinking what I'm going to do that night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I'm scrolling through these. Good. That's a good one. All right. Let's see. This is another. Jeez, I don't even want to read this one, but it's not my question.
Wayne McCourt, 136. How big of a loser is Cole Thompson off the track? We're going to skip the answer to that.
Yeah, you said he didn't really know much about it.
Yeah.
I don't even know him. I don't even know him. He seems like, so I know Robbie Wageman quite well. We don't have to skip, dude. I don't really care. No bad talk, dude. All respect to all these racers. They're trying to do the same freaking thing I'm doing. We want a freaking paycheck. We got to pay the mortgage. Like, let's keep racing. Don't care, really.
Jesus. All of these questions are about him.
Are they?
Yeah. Okay. Last one.
But Wageman is tight with Cole, and
really?
He seems like a good dude. Yeah. So it's like, you know,
I'll have to ask Robbie. Robbie and RJ are great kids, man. I don't know Cole, so I can't really say anything. All I know is what I've heard Steve Mathis and like Jason Thomas talk about him. So, and I guess like we were just having a discussion about Jorge and the hearsay that we got, then we started making judgment. So maybe it's not fair to judge Cole when we don't know him. But, you know, I'm going to skip the first part of this question. The last question is, can you install a chain and rear tire?
Can I?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you?
He's a privateer. Of course he can.
Oh, you're asking.
I don't even have the name. This might be Wilma Fingerdo. Because I think he sent two questions, but yeah, can you install a chain and change a rear tire?
Freaking Wilma Fingerdo. No, your finger will not do. But anyway, well, sorry, keep it PG. Keep it PG.
No,
you don't have to here.
It's all good.
Full fist. No. Yeah, dude, I can do it. I don't know on a time frame. I'd have to get back kind of plugging away, but if I have a chain breaker and some Loctite, a little spinny wrench, I can get it done.
So you haven't been training for ISDE where you have to do all that.
No quick notice. No impromptus at all.
Yeah, I actually had a follow-up. I forgot from Wilma Fingerdo, and he said, let him know it's from the guy you owe a surfboard to. What's that story?
Dude, I completely messed up. So like they have the Hawaiian Supercross.
That? Oh yeah. At Aloha Stadium.
Well, yeah, for sure. So clocked in great times. I was P3, and this was like with Sives, all these guys, right? And I don't know, I just felt good that night. I was like, dude, we're going to freaking win. And he's like, hey, hold on. I'm going to take you to this luau. I'll get you a couple baddies, blah, blah, blah. Chill out. And so we're just chilling. And then he's like, but one thing, you better fucking win. And when you do, you're going to owe me a surfboard. And if you don't win it, you're going to go buy me one. Well, Wait a minute. If you win, you owe him a surfboard? Were they giving surfboards away? Oh, surfboards they were given to podium, all podium.
But either way, he got a surfboard?
He got a surfboard, yes.
That's not a very good deal, Ryan. You need to renegotiate. No, I need to look at your contract.
I know, right? But I know. But you know what? He got me the bike in Hawaii, set that all up. Okay. So I was like, dude, for sure, 100%, I got you. Well, I end up wrecking the whole bike. I'm like $2,800 in on this motorcycle that we have to give back to the guy. The parts aren't going to come for about 2 months, Yamaha said. I'm like, hey, Wilma Fingerdo, you put that own finger up your butt. I got to get out of here. And so I leave, and I show him some videos of me surfing at my parents' lake house, and I'm just like, that's what I'm doing. I'm chilling out.
Dang.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, dude, I'm stoked for you. I think the next round is in 2 weeks, not this weekend, but next in Memphis. Then
if they have it.
Well, I think that round is safe. I might drive up for that. I'm not going to A2. How far is Memphis from us, TJ? Like 8 hours?
Yeah, mate, it's close.
Yeah, I'm supposed to.
Where are you guys?
We're in
East Texas, 2 hours east of Dallas.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. You know where Swan is?
Yep. All your exes live in Texas.
Yeah, we're right down the road. Yep.
Yeah. I might drive up for that one. I've been talking to Sean and Danny, and I may be able to do that. So
you need to do that.
I'll let you know if I'm coming up. But thank you for doing this for us.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on. It was good to hear from you guys, and much love. It's weird not seeing you guys at the races. It's weird not looking over and you giving me a little smile and whoever I have beside me. But you know what? Yep. All good things come to an end, and you can always rekindle.
I'll try to make that happen in Memphis. Maybe I won't text you. I'll just come around the corner and be smiling.
Oh man, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked.
All right, Ryan. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Take care. Have a good one.
All right. It's Ryan Breece tonight, brought to you by Guts Racing.
Sounds good.
Gonna show up there with a Payco corner. He'll have a mustache growing out. Like
Yeah, and 8 inches on his face or whatever the fuck you said.
It's so wide across.
You just said 8 inches.
He
on
did.
his
That's
face.
what he said.
I missed
said.
Oh, the mustache. Yeah, but the way you said it sounded
That's
way
the way everybody in the chat took it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It didn't click when he said it, but when you said an 8-inch mustache, didn't you?
Yeah, I said 8 inches across your mustache. It runs 8 inches across your face.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way he said it sounded
He's a
worse
perv.
to me. Yeah, exactly.
So was our chat.
So was the chat.
So
I
was
guess.
our chat.
Well, all right. Cherbys USA. From the factory floor to the finish line, this is a Cherbys. For over 40 years, we've shaped the look, feel, and protection of motocross. Every curve, every vent, every color. Engineered for riders who push the limits. At Cherbys, plastics and accessories are built for durability, tested in the harshest conditions, and trusted by champions worldwide. Whether you're lining up at the gate or chasing your next ride, a Cherbys gives you your bike the identity it deserves. At CherbysUSA.com. Full plastic kits, partial plastic parts, skid
Oversized
plates,
tanks.
oversized tanks, hand guards. Did you get that dealt with? Weren't you trying to get one or something from?
No, I paid cash for it.
Oh, that's the story. Okay. Well, that was dumb. Who's doing T-Bolt USA top 5 read? That's you, TJ, I think.
That is me.
Yep.
If you're a pit bike enthusiast and love shredding around on a CRF 110, KLX 110, or whatever you have, you need TBoltUSA.com bookmarked on your web browser. T-Bolt USA is a pit bike supply site that has everything you need for your pit bike. You can find handlebar kits from BBR and Pro Taper bars, D&M shocks, and even full bikes from YCF, Pitster Pro, and Piranha. T-Bolt USA has it. They even have stuff for those Chinese bikes that are so hard to find parts for. You'll find pit bikes, engines, and parts at TBoltUSA.com.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. By the way, during the Pro Circuit talk, I meant to hold this up. This is a poker chip that Mitch gave us. He had
Hold Hold it close.
To that one?
Yeah.
It's a Jeff Ward Kawasaki Pro Circuit poker chip. He had like a sleeve of them, and he gave everybody that was up there. It was like me and Lewis, Kellen.
I wonder if it feels like a real poker chip.
Oh, it is. He has a buddy that does that, and he made him some like a full like
cool.
a case, but then he had a bunch of sleeves of those, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and
Is
take
this
some."
supposed to be the JT logo? What is it?
It's a Kawasaki logo, isn't it? I can't.
Is it?
My glasses are way over here, so I can't see that far.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's Kawasaki, man.
It's like
Pro
an
Circuit
X,
Kawasaki.
Or I don't know.
Anyway, that's cool. Thanks to Mitch for that. Okay, the T-Bolt USA Top 5 this week was suggested by our guy over here, TJ. You can go to our Discord channel and submit your own Top 5 list if you would like that we could cover in the future.
We like to do the Discord ones. I'll go on there and put them up because there's a lot of fun to do the ones that the listeners.
Yeah, I would like to get more listener involvement for sure. But yours, TJ, was things that you wish you'd known about being an adult.
Yep, when you were a kid.
You want to go first since it's your list?
I can. I wish I would have known more about. I know some of these things are going to be dumb, but like finances, just understanding how money works. I know it sounds dumb, and I didn't grow up super poor, but I didn't grow up with money or whatever, just middle class, but didn't really understand finances until I got older. It'd be great to know that. I didn't realize that chores was just stuff you had to do and you didn't get rewards for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll go like clean the bathroom like you have to do, and then I walk out of the bathroom and I'm like,
yes,
I got nothing for that.
Yeah,
Like,
do you call your mom like, hey, I just cleaned my bathroom. Can I have my allowance?
My mom's dead.
Okay, well, guess she's not giving you an allowance then.
I wish I would have known not to open the toys that would be collectible. Like,
that's a good one.
We didn't know which ones were going to be collectible.
Yeah, you just open it up.
You know I'm a big Star Wars dork, and I've had a collection. Like, I don't know how anybody ever did that. Like, how did anybody ever know that? There was no
exactly.
It wasn't a thing in 1975.
Yeah, you just got a new toy, you opened it.
I know.
Yeah.
But knowing now, I would have never opened a single toy.
Yeah, I just kept them all, and they'd all be worth like thousands of dollars now.
Okay,
Yep.
That's a good one. Like, my mind didn't go in that direction.
My almost number two, almost number one was that a house that you live in needs repairs. Like things break on the house. You think when you're a kid that the house is built and it's just done.
Yeah.
No, I have a rather new house. I think my house is like 7 years old from when it was built. And like there's a crack in the ceiling from foundation settling a little bit. It's not a big deal. It's just like the
little things.
Just needs to be touched up here, touched up there. The front door got a scuff in it. like, I guess my dad just fixed all those things and never said a word about it because, like, now I'm having to do this stuff, and I live in a relatively new house.
Yeah.
We were almost always in military housing, so I think they had maintenance people. I think, but
Yeah,
then
exactly.
at the same time, I don't really know.
I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, or you didn't think about the fact that if you do live in a rental now, like, you didn't know your parents had to put money up that they may not get back if you tear up something in the house.
Yeah, the deposit.
good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Who knew there was a deposit? Like the first time you go to get your own place, first, last, and deposit. What?
Yeah.
Yep.
I barely have first.
Exactly. I have one and then an honorable mention. That number one is that school is even less important than I thought it was when I was younger.
It's funny.
I mean, it like is and it isn't, but
I almost pay more attention in school.
I should have paid less attention to school and done more business stuff. Like, school is dumb, and I don't use. I mean, I know math. Math is pretty easy, so I didn't need to learn it.
Do you remember when we were kids and they had the calculator watch?
Yes,
Yeah.
I had
And
a
the teachers
calculator.
were like, "You're not going to be able to have a calculator when you're older everywhere you go."
Exactly. Now that
Bullshit.
you're like, all I ever use is I use a calculator every day.
I don't even use a calculator. I just say, "Hey Google,
Yeah.
kids
what's
like
5 times 5?"
and kids nowadays use
You have to
tablets.
Google 5 times 5.
No, Scotty,
That's 25.
Good job,
and-
TJ.
it's 10.
Anyways,
It sounds like a comment section of it.
so I don't even remember what honorable mention was now off the top of my head because I thought of it on the way here. But that
And you
was
forgot it.
yeah, number one. If I remember it, I'll bring it up. Was definitely school was not as important
Yeah.
as you thought.
You have yours?
Yeah.
Knock it out.
All right, so number 5, paying bills sucks. Like you just take for granted like that you always had water and electricity and all this stuff, and like as you get older, like all that costs a lot of money, and like you can take a long shower or leave a light on, but you pay for it, and like when you're a kid, you don't realize that.
Yeah.
You just think it just all this stuff just works. Kind of like it's a little bit like TJ's, but you aren't as smart as you think you are. Like when you're younger, you just think that like you know everything and you have it all figured out. And like life has a way of humbling you and realizing that you don't really know shit and that you just have to learn from failure. And like I wish I kind of learned that when I was a kid younger. 3, you need to learn this one. You're 50 years old and you have not learned this one.
Why is he attacking me?
The best-
Let me update my list. Don't attack others.
Aggressively.
The best foods taste better than they look. Like
Okay. Oh, so if something
Like-
looks gross, it might be really good.
yeah, or like when you're a kid, like lettuce and guacamole looks gross, but like
Oh, I never
It
thought it looked
still
gross.
is
It just
gross.
tastes gross.
yeah, I don't know. When I was a kid, I thought guacamole looked disgusting, and I
Well, I would-
freaking love guacamole.
I like
now.
guacamole, but that was my mom's fault because she always made it for my dad, but she called it grossamole, and I didn't know what it was.
You just thought it was gross?
She's like, "I'm making Dad's grossamole." I'm like, "Well, I'm not eating it."
Why would he eat that,
Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah.
Why would you give it to him?
Yeah, and then I tried it one time, and I'm like, "My mom's a liar."
Okay.
Number 2 is you're not that important. Like when you're a kid, you're kind of like
It's a good one.
you just like your whole life revolves around you and
Yeah.
like what benefits you at the time.
Hey, my
and not-
grandmother still says life revolves around me. I'm just saying.
and not thinking about others and how your actions like react to others.
Uh-huh.
So like as a kid, like I think as you get older, I think that's the best thing that you can do is separate like your actions have reactions to other people and stuff. Like how do you affect other people? And then one is just it's kind of similar. It's kind of the theme of all of them, but just patience. Like my dad used to always tell me, I'd be like, well, where are we going now? And why are we doing that? And why are we going here? And then why are we doing this? And why can't we do this? And what if we did this? And my dad would always just say, and it'd make me so mad. He would always just say, hide and watch. Just hide and watch, hide and watch. And he would always say that, and it would make me so frustrated. Like, no, just tell me now. But if you're just patient and you just kind of chill out for a second,
That's so true.
it all makes sense after a while, and you will figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
So just hide and watch, be patient. That's one of the things that the kids just cannot do, is just have patience.
Your parents ever say, "Well," and you ask, "Why, Mom?" Because my mom would say, "Because I said so."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got
Yeah,
that all the
it's
time.
the same kind of thing. Yeah, and I never
Or
thought
my,
about
my dad would. It's the same. It's the same thing. But my dad would always say, "Well, why would you do that?" Well, to make you ask that question.
Yeah.
Or like stuff like that. To make you ask why. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So the 5 things that I picked that I wish I'd known about being an adult when I was a kid, you touched on it. Finances are scary.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Adults are dumb.
Adults are dumb. Yeah.
I mean, we're idiots. And I thought my parents knew everything. I for sure thought my dad knew everything.
That you still won't have it
Could
figured
do
out when
anything.
you become an adult.
And I'm like I when I hang out with my dad now, I'm like, I don't remember you being like this. Like, he's kind of a goofball. Like, I mean, I know I can be goofy, but like, he talks to everybody, and he has these huge, big fish stories.
Yeah.
Everything. And I'm like, were you that way when I was a kid?
Probably.
Because I thought you were awesome. He is awesome, but
I get what you're saying.
yeah. Anyway, but parents just adults don't know shit. They don't know what they're doing.
And they don't have
That's
it figured
kind of
out.
funny.
No, that's
They
the
do
point.
not
Yeah,
have
they
it figured
don't.
out.
You think they do,
But they don't have
and
it figured out.
They're keeping you safe, and they're keeping the lights on that you don't know how the lights stay on. But they don't really know either.
I don't even know how my kids survived.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Health goes downhill quickly.
Yeah.
All of a
As a
sudden.
kid, I'm like, why can't you get up, dude? Why are you acting like you hurt all the time? Well, now I hurt all the time.
Were
Yeah.
your parents younger or older? Like when you were like
I think they were
preteen.
relatively. If they're in their mid 70s now, so
okay, they were a little older than
so
my
like
parents.
20 in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Not as early as I was. I was
Right.
21, but
Right.
I should know better. But I bet they were in 24, 25 probably.
My parents
Fairly
were
early.
like 30 my whole childhood, I think.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know how old they were. It was kind of the same
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
You don't know.
You can't do whatever you want. Like, when I get older, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Nope, doesn't work that way.
Nope.
You can like eat cake for breakfast if you want, though.
Okay, you can, but then
Without-
you have those health issues that we were just talking about.
Yeah, true. True.
No wonder Dad couldn't get up.
Yeah. And then, like, I wish when I was a teenager and my mom was being really strict and wouldn't let me go to concerts, and I was really upset all the time, that I would have known that when you get older, though, you can't go to a whole lot of concerts. That's not a very good one, but that's just what came to mind.
Yeah.
Like, I go any. Can't do everything you want, but you can certainly go to as many concerts as you can afford
Or
to go
that
to.
they probably had a pretty good reason of not letting you go to that.
Well, I think she thought it was the devil's music, and I was going to turn to drugs and
And now look
who
at
knows,
you.
debauchery.
And get a bunch of tattoos.
Tattoos don't mean anything.
It mean nothing.
I mean, they don't. It doesn't make you a good or bad person.
No, I know. It's
Back
just,
in
it's
the
a
day,
joke.
if you get a tattoo, you're a bad person.
Even
It's just
neck
a joke.
tattoos?
Huh?
No, go ahead.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
No, say it again.
I said even neck tattoos.
Dude, I kind of want one. I'm not going to get one, but I've seen a couple recently. I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Like a giant coffin with a flower.
To each their own, man.
To each their own.
Okay,
he's
let me
not even in
see.
the chat.
We're a little early.
Let's get it rolling.
I asked Chris if he could go early, so we're supposed to have Keefer in 20 minutes, but we're gonna do one more topic and then we'll get Keefer on the phone.
All right.
This is from our Discord channel. Vathic said, so I had put in Discord that we were going to have Ryder D this week because he had said yes when I was traveling home Sunday. Then Steve Mathis announced he was having Ryder D Monday.
Right.
So I hit up Ryder and said, hey, let's move you to another week. I put in the Discord, hey, never mind. Or they saw that Steve had him. And they're like, he did you dirty. First of all, Steve didn't know my guest list. But I told the guys, like, hey, they're like, you should have him anyway. I think Vathic was one that said you should have him anyway. Actually, it says right here.
I said that.
Well, you have said that, but Vathic said, personally, I don't think it matters if you and Pulp have duplicate guests. It gives you the chance to be creative and ask different questions, as you've demonstrated that you're able to do in the past. So first of all, thank you for that, Vathic. I do appreciate that.
Oh, well, when I mentioned it, it's
That
just the
was geared-
stupidest
No,
idea
I didn't say it was stupid.
That was geared towards me. The different question.
I responded back, I still would rather wait. Like, yes, you can do that. We have done that. Kind of go in a different route. Maybe even take some of Steve's topics and go deeper if we need to.
My point was
But-
that it was because of his performance, it was still relevant to have him on.
It was. I never said it wasn't relevant. I would rather,
You were pretty adamant on not doing it.
because I would rather give our listeners a new guest instead of a repeat guest from 2 nights ago. Because most of our listeners listen to his show too.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. But then he said, hey, well, this is the first one. Dude, Steve pulled a dirty on you and got Ryder D. So, yeah, just no big deal, man. It's honestly, I usually check with Steve peek behind the curtain and say, who are you getting tonight? And that way I'll go for somebody else. But I was like, he's never going to pick Ryder D. He's probably only had Ryder on a show once, twice.
Yeah, probably
yeah.
2 times.
He hasn't had him on very many times.
Well,
and
he
he
hasn't gotten podiums
always,
very often.
he always tries to get the winner. So I was like, okay, Ryder didn't win. I'm safe. So I texted Steve. I was like, what the fuck, man? He's like, well, I texted Eli, and Eli didn't answer. So I'm getting Ryder. I was like, well, then I'm texting Eli. Eli didn't answer me either. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been
If I
quite.
But when you texted him, did you say, "Hey, I heard you didn't answer Steve. We would
Thought about it.
You
That
should
is
have.
not
You should-
Eli's personality. He gets.
Dude, he fires off tractor tweets about Steve.
Yeah,
I think he might have had a shot.
I don't want to say from who. People that know him.
Yeah.
He does not like it when we text him personally.
Oh,
He likes us to go through PR, but I don't have a great relationship with KTM's PR. I know her.
is it the same lady that used to do Answer, or is it?
No, this is her. It's Stephanie Nutt. She's been there for years,
okay.
but I tried to get Malcolm or Marvin through her, and it just never worked out. Are you thinking of Kayla?
I'm thinking of Kayla.
Yeah, Kayla's listening right now. Actually, she works for Liat now.
Okay. But
Yep.
was she doing Cowie, or did she do PR for?
She did Honda.
Honda, that's
Yep,
what it was.
she did Honda.
She was awesome.
Yep.
We got to know her when she was with Answer.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. I remember.
Is that the one I met? I think I met her. She was really cool.
I don't think I don't think she was there when you went.
I only know her because she sponsored Doc.
Yes.
And that's how
So
we knew her.
I met her at like an Answer party
Yeah.
before A1 in 18, maybe 19.
Probably sounds about right.
And like, we talked about that a little bit. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, I don't. Eli's probably not going to respond to me in a direct text, no matter what I say.
Gotcha.
But it's my only really opportunity right now.
And you're not in with his chick?
I don't know his wife. No, no. So anyway,
That's the one wife you don't know.
Yeah, not yet. Is what he says.
no, I don't think that would be favorable to Eli. That's just not. Yeah, he's grumpy sometimes, man.
He's
It didn't seem grumpy at all on the podium.
no, he was smiling pretty big on,
Bro,
on
that's
Saturday.
awesome.
But he is a very like private person, yeah, for sure. Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So I didn't bother him. No big deal. No big deal. All right, our next guest of the night is on. He is also going to be brought to you by Guts Racing. Elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers, trusted by top pros and elevate everyday riders alike. Designed for maximum traction and durability, Guts seat covers keep you locked in when the traction gets rough and the stakes get high. GutsRacing.com. Hit up Andy Gregg, who I saw this weekend at Anaheim. Tonight, Guts Racing brings us from Keefering Testing, one of my closest friends, Mr. Kris Keefer. What's up, Chris?
Hey, is this Civilian Moto Media podcast?
So tell the story so everybody else knows what you're talking about.
Listen, I just think it's a great way to reach out to a new audience. Like, I feel like you're not working for Vital anymore. You got guys within the studio that are civilians that have a normal job, and you guys could be like the real blue collar moto podcast and not just be MotoXpod. I feel like Civilian Moto Media Podcast. You want to shorten it up, CMM, however the hell you guys want to do it. But dude, I'm all in on this. I'm like, dude, hell yeah, I want to listen to a Civilian Moto Media Pod. These are just normal fucking dudes talking about dirt bikes. I'm in. Not these bougie industry people that have podcasts.
That would be a great tagline under the name, at least. I mean, we've had MotoXpod for 10 years now.
He doesn't care.
And so, I mean,
Yeah, I'm with Dark. I don't care. I want to change it.
you want to change it.
He just wants us to change it, and then he'd be like, "Look, I continue to change your life."
Oh, that's true.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that would be nice. That'd be great.
Aren't we the pony pod anyways?
According to Steve, we are.
Yeah.
I think he said.
I don't
once.
like the pony pod. It's not there anymore,
It's
so we
gone.
can't call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just Steve being Steve. Is my air boot on the way?
I don't know. That's Heather's job. That's not my job.
She asked me for my address yesterday, so hopefully it's on
Well,
the way. I did
Well,
reach
then the
out to Chad.
process is getting closer.
Okay. I did reach out to Chad at XPR yesterday.
How was that conversation?
So it went straight to the office. He was at the track, so I guess he had his phone. Either he had his phone forwarded or you gave me the shop number.
No, so what you do is, so I didn't tell you the whole process. So if anybody's listening to this, you want to just dial, when you hear that answering service, just press 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Chad's cell phone rings.
Chad's loving that going public.
Well, they would have to have his number to do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he just blow him out right now. Just press 1, you'll get him.
Okay. Well, and they told me he would call me back today, but then Verizon was down all day, so who knows? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But we'll get there. We'll get there when it's time, Chris.
So Chad, you're going to try to get a second injector, this air boot, a Vortex, obviously, because that's part of the kit.
Yep.
And
then
what
go to
else?
Loretta's.
And I have that muffler, but it's kind of blown out. But I can send it, but you're going to have to refurb it.
Like just repack it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess essentially, but I mean, it's kind of hammered looking.
I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. We'll fix that.
Whose muffler is it?
FMF.
I got stickers for it, I bet.
Okay.
Well, Decal Works makes muffler stickers too.
Yeah.
I got a stack of FMF stickers at the house.
Yeah, Nick will take care of that. We'll if she ships it with the air boot, today or 3 months from now or next year when I turn the bike back in, we'll make it work.
Well, I did bring the air boot with me to Anaheim, but you're a cool guy, so I didn't get to see you. So.
Some of us were doing press conference stuff, and then I'm like, hey, where'd Kris go? He left. He's gone.
I was doing press conference stuff too. I was right there with you.
I would say you did more than just the daytime program?
Yeah, I showed up both days.
Wow.
You were not there Saturday.
I was too.
Where?
Dude, I've told you this many times. I don't go up to the elitist perch that you and Steve and Kellen hang out in. All you guys eating pizza and just like, we're in the industry. Let's go to the press box.
Let's do our job.
You know what? I don't mind the press box, but at Anaheim, it's Anaheim 1. I'm getting down in the shit. I want to be down with the people, dude.
I've never thought of you as a liar, but I feel like you're lying about Saturday.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm being serious.
Well, I was all over the pits and never saw you, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, I was there most of the day. Of course, I left after the qualifiers, but yeah.
Daytime program.
Yeah. So, once we come out of the press box where we're actually watching the riding to do our thing, you're gone. But that's fine. And after the press conference on Friday, I had interviews to do, and you were gone.
No, man, I was there for a while because I went to the pits.
Hey,
I had to talk to some people. So I was there. You're just ghost, dude. You're just a cool guy, man.
And he didn't even go to your house, which you offered up for him
No,
to stay
exactly.
in.
Thank you.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
Yeah, and I offered, hey, man. He's like, well, it's closer. I go, you actually can save money by going to Mount. You don't have to pay for a hotel, Dark.
Exactly.
Dude, I didn't get out of there till like late.
Late?
Yeah.
How'd you get there late when it's earlier than it used to be?
That's true.
Because I was doing interviews. I think I got back to the hotel. Well, on Saturday, I got back to the hotel like at 9:30 or 10.
Okay, so the race wasn't usually over until 10, 11 before.
I know, but then I would have Kris, I would have to drive an hour and a half to your house, an hour and a half or two back to Ontario the next morning at 4 a.m. Come on, man.
How bad do you want our friendship to work out? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Well, I tell you what, next time you come through Texas, maybe stop at my house for once.
Hey, he's got you there.
I'd love to.
Okay, well, let's make that happen. You're the new hoodie. Thank you for that. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, you got that too. Yep, no problem.
Yep,
No
you
problem.
remember to bring that to Pro Circuit, but you forgot my.
I like the little shirt with the cactus on
I'm
it.
wearing the cactus shirt right now, actually.
Yep.
Supporting my friend. I wonder if have you ever worn the MotoXpod shirts I've sent you?
I don't have any.
That's a lie. I sent you guys some.
You did? Because if you did, I don't have any in my closet.
Yep, I sent. I think I sent 3. I sent 1 for you, Aiden, and Heather.
How long ago was this?
When I got Let It Go from Vital, I think. Yeah. Or did I send you? Maybe I sent you the Dark Side shirts. Maybe
you sent me Dark Side. I never got MotoXpod shirts.
That's probably what I'm thinking.
Wow.
So you're probably right.
So just save those, and then when you make civilian Moto Media Pod shirts, that's what I want.
All right.
Just dudes talking about other dudes.
Yeah. Let's get to why I got you on here. So I'm rewatching the race yesterday, and I'm watching the situations with Sexton when he's on screen, and he's losing traction a few times. You know, he had the incident in the heat race where he hit the deck on the tunnel. He has all this history of losing the front end, and it sort of looked to me like the rear end of his bike sat a little high, and so he's probably putting a lot of weight on the front. I think you're better at this stuff. Do you feel like his technique and bike setup, he goes the wrong way for how he actually rides the bike, and that causes some of the issues he has?
I don't think the rear was as... So you're not far off base, Stark. So I would say like his rear wasn't high. I just think his front end was too soft. Just from what I've known with Chase and things that I know that he's working this week to firm up his setting a little bit because he thought he maybe was a little bit too soft. So do I know exactly what it was? No, but I do know that it looked front end soft to me more than rear end high. So essentially it's the same thing, but I just think he needs to firm up that, get a little bit more hold up in the front for how much he rides over the the front of the bike. And we talked about this at the Pro Circuit live show. I don't know if you were there when we were talking about this, but Chase has almost a uniquely 50-50 blend of finesseful riding and then bulldog riding at the same time. He's very heavy on the bike, and then he's very light on the bike. So he's very heavy as he loads through jumps, where he would need to hold up. But as he's exiting corners and things like that, he's very light on his feet. So it's a very unique way of riding. And I know all of us have freaked out about Chase's technique before Jet showed up, and then Jet showed up, and then now we're all talking about Jet. But if you watch Chase, it's very heavy front, end bias kind of just style.
So if you were working with Chase, what suggestions would you make?
Well, I mean, just on the bike itself, you mean?
Well, either bike or technique. You know about that stuff. I mean, yes, you're not at his ability, but you see stuff. So you probably have thoughts.
Yeah, I just think and where he thinks there's traction, and this is nothing about Saturday night because his crash was nothing about front end traction. I just think, I personally think he might have hit the rear brake a little bit when he landed, and that's kind of what stopped him going up over the over-under. Mm-hmm. But for me, I think not just Chase, a lot of these guys, they're so wired in to think they got traction 100% of the time. They trust their tires sometimes too much. And coming from desert, off-road and things, or guys that have been, I don't know, have ridden more than just like moto and moto facilities. And if you look at Kenny, like Kenny has rode all different types of terrain, MXGP, and you look at it and he knows when the ground gets shiny, he knows where he can push it. He's very good at reading the terrain that is given to him. And I just think Chase isn't quite like that. Chase is really he trusts his tires. He's like, I'm going to go in here the same way on lap 3 than I do on lap 14, when lap 14 doesn't give you the same thing as lap 3.
Okay.
So I just think there's some of that, and that's just from being a professional. You're trying your hardest. You're going 100%. You want to win, but sometimes you need to learn the track and the terrain and what that dirt underneath you is going to give you. And that goes hand in hand with your bike too. What your bike is allowing you to do as well. So I think a lot of these guys, including Chase, they want their bike to do this, and because they're at that level and the setup is just not quite there.
What do you think makes the difference between like months of training and practicing and getting the bike set up to race day? Is it just the intensity that they turn up even more on race day? Like, why is it something that they didn't run into before?
It's just sheer amount of riders on the track. That's what I really think it is. Like when you go test and you do all these things, sure, the track gets rough, but you may have 5, 6, 7 guys on the track and that gets rough. But then when you have 70 guys on a track, the track shapes up different. There's different types of braking points and acceleration points because there's a mix of riders. So I think setup is very important on race day because it's just a little bit different than it is on your test days. So the test days, you almost have to predict the future a little bit and really ride these tracks when they're shitty. And Chase does that, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I feel like Chase is one of those guys that he will stay till 5 o'clock, and that does help. Some of these guys get their laps in, they're 30, 40 laps in, they're done by 1 o'clock, they go to the gym. But Chase is one of those guys that will ride longer. But I just think the difference between race day and test day is just the sheer amount of riders on the track.
That's a good point.
All right. Well, that's kind of what I want to get you on here. We should do this like maybe once a month or something and pick a rider and get your thoughts on their.
Like
Steve doesn't like that. He doesn't want me on once a month. I can't do it.
No Phil Nicoletti contract?
Man, he rubs it in. You go, you're on the pony pod, I see. You're on the pony pod.
Did he say something?
He just texts, we're in group messages with him. He just puts wow. That's all he does. Wow.
He gets so butthurt, but he loves to dish it out, but he just can't take it.
He just likes to fuck with me. That's it.
Yeah. Well, he does that with everybody.
When I did Gypsy too, he gave me a ration of shit.
Oh, I know.
When I did that.
I know. Well,
I do have a question for him.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think that Tomac looked ahead of schedule bike comfort wise?
Yeah, honestly, that was pretty shocking to me that they were that good that early. I mean, I'm not talking about Tomac. I know he's good, but the bike looked really good for that type of terrain. And I hear a lot, even in the broadcasts, of, oh, the steel frame, it's softer and it's more compliant. And that's not necessarily true. That frame is also very stiff. Like if you're looking for a compliant frame, the Kawasaki frame is going to be the most compliant. If we're just talking about,
Right.
Production frames in general. So they've done a lot of work to that chassis to be able to get some traction. And like Tomac said in all these interviews, like, man, I have a ton of traction. He's like, lean angle traction, I got it. And that's impressive because that wasn't necessarily the case when Cooper Webb was there and things like that, because he was looking for more of that stuff. So the benefit that I saw coming in with Tomac was his starts. His starts are going to be way more consistent now that he's on the KTM. And the reason why that is no matter what it is, like you can have a factory KTM engine, they can build all that horsepower for you, but it's still going to have a normal KTM 450 character. And the character is, it's a linear, smoother type of power. You can build all kinds of more torque, but it's still going to have that same old school heartbeat where it's very easy to slam on that throttle. And Tomac goes from 0 to 100. If you look at his data, that's how he rides. It's mashed all the time. And that KTM does that the best because you can do that. The Yamaha, he has to clutch bang that thing out of the corner to keep the front end down. He doesn't have to do that on the KTM. When I was there, because this is what I do. I'm down below listening to engines, not these elitists, up there in the press box. I'm down there listening to this shit, right? So
doing pizza.
Tomac,
I got a text that says you're lying about Saturday, by the way.
Nope, that's fine. People, dude, I'm so sneaky. You guys don't know what's going on, dude. Listen, Tomac, you listen to him ride the KTM. He doesn't rev it nearly as much as he did the Yamaha.
Which means he's not clutching it as much, is what you're saying.
Well, he doesn't have to because the engine is so connected, and it's not that like a Yamaha engine spools up really quick. What?
Yeah.
So like you have that, right? And they can put heavier cranks in. They still do that at Yamaha, but like it still has that nature. Well, the KTM doesn't have that quick spool up. So when he mashes that to 100 on that throttle, that tire bites in and goes down the track. It doesn't want to wheelie nearly as much. So I think that's going to be a huge thing for him on the starts is he can get out of that gate. It's going to hook up and the front wheel is going to stay down more than the Yamaha. So that's what's going to put him in better positions, I feel like, because his starts will be better.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't argue that. I think it's going to be a good season. Before we let you go, let's get your FXR picks for San Diego. Podium picks for 450 class.
Oh boy, so hard, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Roxon for the win.
Yep.
Chase second, Tomac third.
No Cooper Webb on the podium. Okay.
No Prado.
No. Look and before red flag. First start, Prado was way in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dead last.
So the red flag saved his ass for that podium.
Yep.
Granted, it doesn't matter. He did it.
Yep.
Yes. But I think in San Diego, we'll see a better Chase. I'm hoping, God, I hope I don't blow this, but I'm hoping he's not going to have any mistakes like he did. And I've been on the Giselle thing for how many years now? Like the most beautiful rider, and then takes a big steamy shit on the runway. That's what Chase does at times. You're like, I love watching him ride, then he takes a shit on us.
I know.
So,
it's tough.
Yeah.
So I do think he'll bounce back. It does pain me to think that Cooper Webb not on the podium, but I think this is the three for right now. I mean, if you look at Eli and Ken, 26 seconds ahead of third at the finish. 26 seconds.
Yeah, but Cooper had a decent start in the second one, got pushed wide, had to fight back, fell. He was gaining. I don't have lap times, but I think Cooper Webb's on the podium.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I'm just saying 26 seconds, mistakes, no mistakes. Look at Hunter. Sure, couldn't get around Jason Anderson. Still 26 seconds, dude.
That's
Say
true.
what you
It's
want.
a big gap. Well,
So I don't know how many laps did they do. Do we know that?
I think it was 20.
Okay, so if they did 20, think about that. That's 1 second per lap gapping them.
And a
So
lot of that was that 3 on, though, too, right? Or were they, I guess they were most everybody's doing that in the 450 class, but.
Like after the tunnel, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. I think most of them were doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of them couldn't do the 3 on by the home plate. I think that's where it was.
Yeah, by where we're sitting for press, yeah.
Yeah, because some of them are going inside roll and then going that way too, because try to cover their ass. But yeah. Did you guys talk about the Deegan McAdoo thing? I don't think Deegan cross-jumping him on purpose, dude.
No, that was a mess.
No, I definitely don't. We actually don't do a lot of the race review stuff because everybody has already done that. So we kind of don't do that on the show. But
That's just crazy to me that that's even like, because it's Deegan, we even have to question that. Like, no, it was a racing incident. Like,
the section before that, he definitely scrubbed the shit out of it and threw it over towards McAdoo a little bit. But I don't think the cross jump was on purpose. No, I think he got a little off balance and drifted.
I just think he was moving over to try to pass, right? And he didn't. That's why he looked back to see if anyone was there, and he was already there. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more a better picture on the whole picture this weekend. I think in San Diego. I think it's more telling. If you go check out MotoXpod.com, you can see a little story I wrote about that. About in the last 10 years, only one guy that's won A1 has actually won the title.
Yeah, you can't take that for anything anymore, really.
Right. No, most of the champions have gotten their first win. I mean, second race or like fourth race, fifth race. So, yeah, we'll start to see this big picture in the coming weeks. But Chris, thanks for doing this.
I wrote about that too, like the Jorge Chase thing. Like, look at both of these guys are on bikes that they like more.
Yes.
Now, not the KTM wasn't a piece of shit. The Kawasaki wasn't a piece of shit. It's just these guys preferred something and they wanted to go somewhere else. That's it. So Saturday night's results doesn't confirm Kawasaki's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
See, the Marchbanks didn't fucking qualify.
No.
Sexton sucked. You're like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I'm with you. I knew people were going to do that, and that is not. Prado's comfortable on the KTM. It's like it's as simple as that. It's just comfortable on it.
Chase
no
could
big deal.
Chase could easily come out and win 2 in a row or 3, and then everybody's like, oh shit,
the car looks like shit, huh? Yeah, no, yeah.
And Jorge could shit the bed.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. It's nothing to do with the bikes. Just sometimes riders have bad days.
Yep. Thanks for doing this, Chris.
Hey, my pleasure there, Civilian Moto Media guys. I love the show.
I love the tagline.
I can't wait to listen to it more, and this whole new thing you guys are doing is great. I love it.
Well, thank you. When the
not a new
new
thing.
shirts get here from screenprintingdone.com in a few days, I'm going to send you some.
Did Neil hook you up?
Well, I mean, yeah, he didn't give me free shirts this time, but he always hooks me up. I'm sure he gave me a good price and got them out very quickly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Even when John Anderson came on, talking about their new deal, W Labs, and they're doing printing, I'd like to do your shirts. I was like, man, I got to stick with my guy Neil. Neil took care of me, man, when I was in a struggle, in a bad spot. When I left Vital, didn't know what I was going to do. He sent me a bunch of shirts for free. He just said, sell them, man, make some money.
What's cool about Neil too is the screenprintingdone.com. Fireman Dave, they do this in Seattle every year, like a stair climb, challenge to raise money for, whatever,
Yeah.
And all these firemen from different counties all over the United States meet up in Seattle and they climb this huge skyscraper for time, and they do this stuff. So Neil, just from my show, he heard Dave talking about it and sent Dave a bunch of free shirts, made some, San Bernardino County fire shirts for the guys to go to Seattle. It was really cool for free. So
that's cool. Yeah, he seems like a really good dude. I'm sure you've met him face to face. I never have, but the shirts are also very good quality. Like your shirts that you have are always like the softest and just super comfortable, and ours were really good.
Yeah, man, metrosexual. That's what we got to do.
Well, visit Keefer Ink Testing, get some of the new merch. What is that sign? That's on the new one. That's a famous sign, but I don't remember.
So basically, if you went to 395, Highway 395, and you're going up towards Mammoth, if you're a Southern California guy, and there was a place called Four Corners, which is just outside about, 35 minutes north of Atlanta. It was kind of like in the middle of BFE and had a couple gas stations. And when I was younger, they'd have desert races out in Ridgecrest, so we would drive that. And I remember being young and always the highlight of my day when I was younger is like, where could I go eat, right? Like, hey, I'm going to work with my dad. I can't wait to go eat out, because I never got to eat out. So when we drove by the Four Corners, there was a place called Astro Burger, and it was just like a burger spot that you drove in, or like old school, you walk up and then they take your order, like the old school In-N-Outs, And the sign looked like the Jetsons, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. And every time we would go race, and we'd be driving home, and I'm starving my balls off, just race a desert race, and dusty and shitty, and I'd be like, Dad, can we stop at Astro Burger? No, we got to go home, wash the bikes. Every time. So it always fucking pissed me off because I never got to eat the damn Astro Burger ever. And then they closed it up. So we just recreated that sign, and that's what we made the Keefer Ink sign out of.
That's awesome. Well, you gave me one of the hoodies, but yes, Keefer Ink Testing. All the merch is awesome. Heather ships it herself. So,
Heather is awesome.
Can't argue that. You have a very great, you're very lucky. I don't know how she puts up with you.
Because you know why.
No, I really don't.
Well, I'm not good looking.
Yeah.
I don't have money. So what's the third thing, Dark?
You're funny.
And?
That's about it, man. That's all I got. You got a good personality. You're funny, man.
It's a big old dong there, Dark.
All right, Kris. You're the best, man. Thank you for giving us some of your time. Tell Steve to suck it.
All right, guys. See ya.
See you later.
Bye.
It's Kris Keefer, brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. All right, we got to get Hudson on. We'll do ETS Turd's Take.
What does he call it? Civilian Moto
Media?
Yeah.
He was on me all weekend about that. I'm like, I'm not changing everything, man.
I like the idea of that as a tagline, though.
Yeah, we're definitely not recreating our website and everything with a new name. It's not happening. Okay, let's get Hudson on.
MotoXpod, Civilian Moto Media.
All right, our next guest of the night. Do you have ETS Fuels, TJ, or is that me?
That's not me.
I'll do it. I got it. Our next guest of the night is brought to you by ETS Racing Fuels, which was forged from the heat of competition nearly 30 years ago, developing purpose-engineered fuel for high-profile teams and highly competitive series. We have been the power behind many podium wins ever since. Teams using ETS Racing Fuels have won more than 50 national and world champion titles, and we continue to forge new alliances and partnerships across motorsports. ETSRacingFuels.com to find your local distributor, supporting teams like Factory KTM, Factory HRC Honda, Rockstar Husky, and many more. Tonight, it's the ETS Racing Fuels Turd's Take. What's up, Hudson?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
We're good. We've had a good show. A1 has come and gone. But we have a bet to talk about.
Just chomping at the bit.
Yeah. Oh, we're going straight at it already.
We're going straight at it.
Of course.
But what we're going to do...
That 3 days of just waiting for this phone call.
Before we get into it, for those that maybe didn't hear that show, don't know what we're talking about.
I got one more.
Okay, give us one more.
This is a semi-hot take.
Oh, boy.
All right. Jorge Prado. I'll start off with this.
All right.
Jorge Prado's best finish this upcoming Supercross season will be a 5th place.
I hate you.
I know there's got to be at least one mutter this Supercross season, or something's going to happen. There's going to be a first term pile up or something. Jorge Prado's going to get a 5th place.
That's going to be his best finish.
Yes, best finish.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God, that is a hot take there, Turd. I think podium for sure.
Really?
I got another hot take right here. This one's really hot. Chase is going to win A1 2 years in a row because they gave him the fast bike.
Bet you forgot about that part.
Oh, man. I can't believe I was going to say that. I was going to deny, but I just got to replay.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing, though. Man. You haven't lost yet because TJ said multiple podiums. So you have to the end of the season.
Well, he technically got docked too, so...
Yeah, I was going to say sound testing.
Yeah, but that's points.
That's
not,
points, but that's not that.
So
yeah.
you haven't lost yet, and we never actually officially chose like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like
punishment.
Or
a punishment.
Yeah.
We did have a listener reach out and said the next time we ride together, which who knows when that's going to be, is whoever loses has to wear something funny like a tutu or the other person's jersey or something silly. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh man.
See, he was way more confident before this week.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I'm disappointed. We just went straight into it.
Sorry, man. We got to just you got to get right into it. That's how we do.
And
things.
it wasn't just Jorge Prado either. You had to include the chase thing too.
Yeah.
You had to include. I was wrong 2 times in a row.
Yeah, you were. So we know not to come to you if we need a prediction. Like we're going to do our FXR picks for San Diego. I'm scared to ask you.
Oh no, Ken Roxon's winning.
It's okay, Hudson. I had Jorge pick 16th at A1. So
yeah.
Holy smokes!
I think I had
that's hotter than my take.
Yeah,
of not getting the fifth place.
Well, how do you feel about that bet though? As of right now, you're okay. Or the punishment? Would you be willing to do that if we get together, do a little video of you? Because
yeah, I'm in.
So
I'm
like at this point,
no, I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. That was the fluke. A1 doesn't mean anything.
Oh.
Well, what
anomaly?
Okay. What do you mean by doubling
A1.
down?
No,
you want to make another bet?
No, he's just staying.
No.
He's holding.
I'm staying. Staying strong.
Okay.
All
Well,
he's gotta do
regardless,
is get one more podium.
Yeah.
One more podium.
Yeah.
So
he will not get another podium.
okay.
No,
Well, you better hope he doesn't.
I will say this. I mean, obviously, injuries or whatever changes that, right? Like if he
Yes.
gets hurt, okay, well, I'm good with that. I'm 100%.
If there's an injury, yeah, you both are free and clear.
both are free. All
right.
Then we both wear tutus.
All right. Well, Hudson, what else do you have, man? I think you had something else for us.
Yeah. I know everyone's. I feel like everyone has been too critical after A1. That kind of happens every year. I feel like about Chase and about the Cowie and everything. And y'all were just talking about that with Keefer, but everyone bases way too much off of one 20-minute moto, and it's a lot of stuff can happen in that. But I think Tomac would definitely be in the fight for the championship unless something freak happens, like y'all were saying, like injuries and stuff happen. And it seems like that's happened in the last few years for Tomac. Last year, he was on pace to be close to the championship, I'd say, right?
Yep.
And then he had that little freak accident up that face of the jump, getting his leg caught under the foot peg. So anything can happen like that. It can all be gone in a split second. But I think Tomac will keep the momentum going, and he'll definitely be in the fight for this championship the whole time. And I don't even think that's a hot take.
No, I don't. I think almost everybody would agree with you with that. He's definitely going to be in the fight. Like I need to go back. Go ahead, Scotty.
I was just saying, in my A1 article, I said that, like, if you ask any of the competitors, having a confident Tomac with the points lead would be like the last thing I wanted to face.
Yeah. But one thing, I was a little questionable about Tomac before A1 after I saw some of those off-season races, specifically the one where Deegan was in it too, and Tomac like slid out, did like a 360 and saved it and all this. It didn't look like he was very comfortable on his bike, but clearly he found something out before A1 because it looked like a light switch in a way.
Yeah. The off-season races may have been a big help for him, being that he's going to a new bike.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he'd said they learned quite a bit. They learned a number of things. I think those off-season races are very helpful for that.
I wonder if
I'm trying to remember. I asked somebody about that, and I'm blanking now on who.
I was about to say, I wonder if Chase would regret not doing one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it seems like anybody changing over to a new bike, it would almost be, hey, find me somebody who's going to pay me to go ride because I want to ride this bike.
And race conditions.
Exactly.
It's so different than at the practice track, the test track.
I guess we'll see. Go ahead, sorry.
And just like I saw, maybe it was like Cooper Webb's YouTube or something like that. He said he'll get paid more to go do an off-season race in Australia or whatever, go make it a vacation with his family. He could get last place and he would still make more money than if he won Anaheim 1. That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those guys, that's why they love to do it. Yeah, they do use it as a vacation with their families, and then you make really good money, and you keep racing, keep your craft honed, and find out what's going on with the new bike, new settings. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff there. What else is going on with you? You doing any riding in the next couple of weeks? You feeling good?
Yeah, I've been riding a lot. Been riding at the house. My dad's at Dakar right now.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask
Saudi
you.
Arabia.
How's he doing?
You know what? I don't really know.
Okay.
I talked to him a lot. All right.
Okay.
But it's hard with the time difference for me because he's like 9 or 10 hours ahead. So when he's going to sleep, I'm like getting going or riding or whatever, and vice versa. And it's really hard because when I'm waking up, he's basically like going to bed. But then it's hard for me to comprehend, like, do I ask him about the stage yesterday? Do I ask him about the stage today?
Yeah.
It gets to be a lot. But yeah, I know he had a few bad days. One day he got like 3 flats or something like that. Oof. And they were just trying to limp to the finish line. They got another flat or something like that. So they lost a lot of time that one day. But overall, I think it's been a positive experience for them. They won a stage, which is really cool for them because they're in... I'd say the 450 class of the Dakar for cars is the highest class you can get. So, and the driver, Seth Quintero, he's super cool, but he's like 20 years old or something. He's like the youngest driver. So
that's cool.
He's a lot closer in age to me than my dad, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So he's like my big brother basically right now. He's coaching Seth the same way he'll coach me for motocross, which is kind of funny.
That's super cool. Yeah, we'll have to look forward to hearing those stories. I'm sure your dad will go on Steve's show or something and talk about it. And I mean, big news at Dakar is Ricky Brabeck took the lead today when the leader. It's in the news story, but I can't. The KTM
Daniel
rider.
Sanders.
Yes, he went down. So Brabeck back in the lead. I think he won last year, as I recall. And
they've been showing the races on Racer Network.
Yeah,
on
that's
TV.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Racer Network thing is really cool. And I know a lot of people that I kind of know but don't know super well. They're like sending me videos of them watching my dad and stuff, and it's really cool.
Is that when you see that kind of stuff? Does it like pique your interest that you want to do that, like as a future one-day goal thing?
Yeah, I don't know about that. My dad's asked me about that a lot. Actually, he said he's asked me about going to the desert with Jimmy Lewis and learning how to do road books and everything. And he's asked me about that a lot, but I don't know if I've made up my mind about it. I don't want to be like, they speak in kilometers over there. So it'd be like 300 kilometers out in the middle of the desert running out of gas because your fuel pump went out and it leaked all your gas everywhere. Like that's happened to my dad. And he's like almost died in the desert. And like, that doesn't sound very like fun to me.
No, it doesn't.
Like a blast.
No, it doesn't. No, I'm good.
But he loves the thrill, so.
Yeah, he does.
Hudson rather be ripping hole shots at Underground.
Yeah, hey, starts are so 50-50 right now. My dad needs to get home ASAP.
Was that when was that this past weekend?
Yeah, that was this past weekend.
I saw. Yeah, it came on my Instagram the other day. Did you end up winning that race?
What?
I don't know. What's whatever video you had up?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I probably got second. Just like my dad when he used to race, always second place.
He got a win.
Yeah,
he's got one win.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's all you need. That's all you need.
We'll get there when it's time.
Yeah.
Yes, we will, Turd. We're gonna make some time to come down and ride with you soon.
Yeah, you always say you will.
I know it's on my list, man. I have a note.
Heal up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting back on the bike Saturday. We're just gonna ride some rut tracks and see how it feels, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to come ride at the house. I don't want to really ride here anymore. It's kind of hurting my feelings. The track feels like a track called Burning Dirt here in Texas?
No.
It's kind of like Southwick.
Nope.
It's like a super sandy, but the track here at our house is like super sandy, sand whoops everywhere, and rocks in it too. So it's always full of surprises.
Yeah, as soon as you said rocks, I was out. The rest sounded cool.
Yeah. Rutted jump faces that are straight up and down. It's not very.
Yeah,
it's not inviting.
It's not very.
We need to go ride somewhere inviting and fun.
Well, we'll figure that out. I'm gonna get back on the bike. I'm doing a few more supercrosses, but I'm gonna find some time to start getting back training and stuff for Loretta's. So I will hit you up. We're gonna make this happen. I promised you last time. We're gonna do it.
Hey, I got one or two more here.
Okay.
A 250 champion.
Yep.
Goes by the name of MBA J Coop. Should not be jumping the whoops on the first lap of the heat race.
Okay.
I saw that on TV out of the corner of my eye, and I could not believe my eyes. I can't. It's something about the name Cooper and jumping whoops. both the Coopers love to jump the whoops.
Well,
I think it's the bike.
the Cooper Webb version has gotten quite a bit better over the last few years, where Justin has not really made the next step.
And it's funny because you see him like, I assume, and I've seen videos, but that's just a little bit of him skimming the whoops perfectly at the Star facility.
Of course.
But when you get to the races, it's probably all different. But yeah, one last thing is Malcolm Stewart ruined my fantasy for Anaheim 1. I saw that video from SMX about people DMing the riders if they ruin their fantasy.
Yes.
And if Malcolm Stewart wouldn't have gotten injured, I for sure would have DM'd him.
Well, if he hadn't gotten injured, he would have been fine.
Well, yeah, maybe crash or something like that. But I had him for 4th place, and I thought he was gonna get like 2nd or something like that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be too high with my expectations, and that really just absolutely tanked it. And Chase Sexton and Malcolm Stewart tanked my fantasy.
Fantasies
I'm sure
are brutal.
In the hospital, Mookie was thinking about that.
Yeah,
Hudson.
of course.
I bet he was.
Fantasy.
I'm going to have to do several bets now. I'm going to have to do a bet for Jorge Prado. I'm going to have to do my bet for my fantasy. I just need to stop talking about dirt bikes.
Yes, you do.
I just need to ride my dirt bike.
Give me your podium picks for San Diego before we let you go. You said Kenny winning. Who's second?
Yeah. Ken Roxton's going to win. I'm going to go Eli second. They're going to swap from Anaheim 1.
Okay.
And then, I'll go Cooper Webb third. I don't think he has the all-out speed. I know everyone always says that about him. That'll come out and be fast to qualify or something.
Yep.
But I saw he was gaining a little bit before Hunter had that off-track excursion, and then he tried to pass Hunter and crash. But I thought he was moving through the pack and he looked comfortable. So I think he'll, if he can get a good start like he did in that first race before it got red flagged, I believe. He was like in the lead.
He was.
If he can get a start like that, I think he'll be easily on the podium.
I agree.
And Cooper, Cooper. Talking about Cooper. Anyways, Turd, what size tutu do you wear? So we can go ahead and get that ordered. Because
We'll go size small.
You're gonna lose.
Size small.
Size small. Shorty small.
All right, Turd, we're going to let you go. We appreciate you jumping on here for for the ETS Racing Fuels Turd's Take. Maybe watch those bets from now on.
Yeah. I was stoked to get on the show, though, tonight, but happy I didn't make any more painful bets. I kind of reaffirmed my bet, but I didn't make any more.
There you go. That's smart. That means you don't have a problem yet.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, most people quit before they win, so we might have to go all in.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. We'll see you next time.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
for
We'll
having
hit
me
you
on the
back up
show.
in a couple weeks. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah, thank you.
See you, Turd.
See ya.
All right, that is Hudson Short, our buddy Turd, for the ETS Racing Fuels Turd's Take. We're going to close this thing out with our FXR picks for San Diego. FXR designed by racers for racers with industry-leading fit, finish, and performance. Progression is the name of the game with every new piece created. At FXR, we push our brand to the next level to provide you with the best products possible, used by Malcolm Stewart, Garrett Marchbanks, Mike Brown, Brock Tickle, Kris Keefer, myself, and many more. FXR has core motor roots, so visit fxrracing.com or go to your local dealer, see all they have to offer. Okay, I'll go first. My podium is Chase Sexton for the win, Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb third. What do you got, Scotty?
I was going to take Chase too. So Chase for the win.
Yep.
Wait, what did you just say?
Eli Cooper. You could do the same picks. You did get Eli last week, by the way.
I picked Eli to win?
I think you did.
No, I think I picked Kenny.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought somebody got Eli. You did pick Kenny. I was wrong. Okay.
Kenny was close, though.
I thought somebody got Eli.
What did I say? Kenny, Sexton?
Chase, Webb.
Yeah, I was pretty wrong. I'm going to go Chase.
Yep.
Eli, Kenny. It's going to basically just yours, but changing the third.
Yep. TJ?
And I wrote mine down earlier just to prove I didn't change it. It's Chase, Eli, Roxon.
Okay.
Well,
I was just curious because like sometimes y'all go off of each other, and I was like, I'm going to pick mine no matter
early.
what. Yeah.
MotoXpod.com. Click that contact form. Send us some emails, questions, thoughts, topics. You can also join our Discord from the MotoXpod, and there are subjects like top 5.
Yeah.
picks, FXR picks, all that, you can get involved. We'll read those on the air next week.
Let me change mine so that we have something to banter
Okay.
about.
See, that's what does it matter? You
Yeah,
pick the people
that was
you
your
want.
pick, man. That's what
That
you
was your
believed,
pick.
and now you're going to go against what you believe?
Just a banter. No one cares about banter.
That's why they listen. Okay. Just switch Eli and Kenny. I'll be like Hudson. But I'll keep Chase third.
Okay, FXR picks. Straight up, I want to thank all of our guests, Ryan Breece, Michael Mosiman, Kris Keefer, Hudson Short. I want to thank you two donkeys. I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Race Tech and Yamaha Motor USA, Guts Racing, X Brand, FXR, ETS, Racing Fuels, T-Boat USA, Grill Your Ass Off, a Chair Breeze, coming soon, rental.
Nice.
It's going to be cool. I want to thank you two. We'll be back next week. TJ, you will not be
For
here?
2 more weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks I'll be gone.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, man. Anything else from you guys?
No, man. Good show.
All right.
We're racing again.
Thanks to everybody listening in the archives, YouTube. We're out.